It's the grand finale, the day we've all been waiting for, the grand final of the second edition of the Dream 11 Spice Isle T10 competition. It promises to be an exciting one. Coming up, we have second-time finalists, the Nutmeg Warriors, vying against first-time finalists, the Bailey Blasters. But before we go forward, we must look back. Joining me, we have Mr. Dwayne Gill, the president of the Grenada Cricket Association, and Mr. Kerry Frank, the secretary of the Grenada Cricket Association. And together, we'll give you a preview of what is to come in today's final. Kerry, you're donned in the Nutmeg Warriors uniform. What can we expect from today's batting lineup?
Well, I think the Nutmeg Warriors, they can boast of the most explosive batting unit in the tournament. And I characterize them as being fearless cricketers and fearless batsmen. And I expect nothing short of being fearless and brutal from the guys there who's going to represent the Green Brigade, the Nutmeg Warriors.
Fearless, brutal. Who exactly are you speaking of? Who can we keep our eyes out for today?
Well, the beauty about the Nutmeg Warriors, I believe they have a good team spirit, and it's always the next man up for them. They would have lost a couple of crucial players through injury to the tournament, but you can see even those guys who come into the squad, they've brought into the philosophy of the Nutmeg Warriors, and it is just hitting after hitting after hitting. The players to look out for in terms of the batting, at the top of the order, we should be looking at Sunil Ambris, Windward's Volcanoes captain, noted player, international experience with West Indies cricket in white ball, and this level of cricket he dominates. We know of his prolific scoring in the Vinci Premier League, and coming over down to Grenada, we should expect nothing more from the talented Sunil Ambris at the top of the order. We go further down the order, number 3, Karen Kotoy, again another experienced player with first-class experience, would have played for the Volcanoes, played in the CPL, both for the St. Lucia Stars and the St. Kitts Nevis Patriots, and he's also one of the best going around doing his craft in the game in the region. And coming into the Spice LT10 tournament, his first season, I'm sure he'll want to leave the tournament on a high, knowing that he led his team to the victory. But we continue further down, the likes of Donald McDonald. That name we mention a lot at the back end of the tournament. He did it last year and he did it again this season. He's one of those players that says the party starts at 9, I'm going to come at 12, but when I arrive it is prime time and it's my time to start. And then you have the likes of Wavell Benjamin, who has been around local cricket for a while. He has the capabilities with the bat, can be quite destructive on his day. Akeem Alexis, Kishon Mitchell, they have so much firepower in that attack. I think the Bailey Blasters bowlers would have to be on the top of the game to contain them.
Well, quite a lot for the Nutmeg Warriors to boast of. Dwayne, we heard the wonderful things Kerry had to say about what can we expect, but who is going to blast us away from the Bailey Blasters here today in terms of batting?
Well, Cherise, this is a team that has shown tremendous character. In season 1 last year, the Bailey Blasters came 6 out of 6, and they've returned this year on a mission. And the captain, Devon Smith, he's the man. He's the one that will lead them into battle today. He's normally an opening batsman, but he will bat at number 3 in this series. He's batted at number 3 in this series. In terms of the batting, now this is a Spice LT10, but there is what I call the Nature Isle factor. At the top of the order, Kevin Hodge and Jelani Robinson. Hodge, captain of the Windward's Volcanoes team, he's had tremendous experience in all formats. He's played CPL, he's played in a number of leagues, and he is a first-class captain. He bats at the top of the order in T10 cricket. He plays right around the wicket and has the most runs in this tournament. He's the one that the Nutmeg Warriors would like to see the back of. He can bat through the 10 overs. He has a strike rate of just under 200. He's the man they'll be looking to get out. At the other end, Jelani Robinson, someone who's been around Windward's cricket as well, had some injuries coming into this tournament, during the tournament, but of late, his last 2 innings, he's produced substantial scores. He's one also that will look to bat through, but can give it a good blast at the top of the order. These two will be followed by Devon Smith, the left-hander. All the experience in the world, and if those two fail, he can also bat the 10 overs. Now, what happens after that? We've seen good innings from the top 3. Who comes at 4 and who comes at 5? I believe Dennis Smith, the wicketkeeper batsman, who's also played for the Windward Volcanoes. He is the nephew of Devon, and he at this level can also be a factor and can get it out of the park. The local man, the local policeman, Nkosi Saint-Hilaire, he's not had much opportunity. Last year, he batted at the top for whichever team he played for last year. This time around, he's batted more or less at number 5. He is the one that can finish the innings. This 5, I call them the fabulous 5. Bayleaf Blasters will depend on these 5 to get the runs. In terms of the bowling, we have a good seam attack. Pacers, 2 test bowlers. Sherman Lewis, who played test cricket in 2018 and who started the first class season well, he is there with his pace, and he will be looking to really get amongst the wickets, not only to contain batsmen, but he's going to be looking to pick up wickets. Neelan Pascal, someone who played test cricket for the West Indies. He is there in his 30s, but he still has some pace, and he bowls very well at the death. He has a good Yorker. The name that we probably are not familiar with, and we saw him in the very last game picking up a 5-wicket haul, another policeman, Amikel Dubisset. This is a guy who comes in at the death and can bowl the slower ball, and I believe that he will now, a lot of attention will be on Dubisset now that he's gotten those wickets. The spin attack, you expect to see 2 overs from Hodge, maybe at the top of the innings, and anything else can happen. All in all, 2 very strong teams, and looking to pick a winner. I'm wearing the Bayleaf shirt, Kerry's wearing the Nutmeg shirt, but it's really very difficult to call.
Okay, well, Kerry, you had the well laid out plan of the Bayleaf Blasters, and we've heard of all the firepower they have to blast the Nutmeg Warriors away. What kind of bowling attack can we expect from the Nutmeg Warriors to contain these batsmen?
The beauty of the Nutmeg Warriors bowling is that their bowling is not full of superstars, as been mentioned by Dwayne in terms of the Bayleaf experience. 2 test match bowlers, the captain of the Windward Volcanoes. But what they have is a group of hungry bowlers. You're talking about the likes of Sheldon Jackson, a very smart bowler who has done well for his team. He has hit the hard length as the skipper has required of him. Opening the bowling, we may see this leg spin of Daryl Cyrus from the southern end, and he's done a couple of times in the inning. But Hassan Jackson, when you look at the stats, Hassan Jackson, he's been among the wickets, and he has been one of the more economical bowlers in the tournament, and a bowler again who looks to hit that hard length and would want to trouble the 2 Dominican batsmen at the top of the order. He has always, most of the matches, he has struck only for his captain, and I'm sure he'll be looking to do the same today again. And then they have Kieran Kotoy, cannot be underestimated and be left out of the discussion. And they have a plethora of other bowlers they can call on. The likes of Akeem Alexis, who have done so well in last season's tournament and done so well against some of the top batsmen in that tournament. He has not had much bowling opportunities, but I'm sure this year he would want to, if given the opportunity today, he would want to put up his hand as a big game player to ensure that his team lifts the trophy for a second time.
Well said, well said. We've all heard it before, and it rings true in every game. We've heard about the batsmen, we've heard about the bowlers, but we all know it's catches that win matches. What can we expect from Nutmeg Warriors fielding?
I'll be biased to say that the Nutmeg Warriors, to me, is the best fielding team in the tournament. When you look at the likes of Daryl Cyrus, the catcher of the tournament, how could you forget that? Kieran Kotoy, established as one of the best fielders in West Indies cricket. Akeem Alexis and the whole gang, I think they'll do well in the field. And I agree with you, it will come down to the fielding, and I believe the Warriors, with the younger legs, the fresher legs, may just have the edge in that department.
Well, Dwayne, you've heard all the boasting that he has to do. What can we expect from the Blasters fielding today?
Well, the Blasters are a more experienced team, and they do have a number of players in the 30s. Even one player, the captain, Devon Smith, in his 40s. But Devon still moves around the park like a 20-year-old. So I think overall the standard of fielding for this tournament was a little bit disappointing. But I think as we went on, I think the standard has improved. The players get accustomed to the ground and whatnot, right? But I think it's a solid fielding unit. There are people like Nkosi Saint-Hilaire and Devani Joseph, who is normally a wicketkeeper, but we've seen him take some spectacular catches in the outfield. So I think it's a solid unit. I don't think there is any real weak link in the fielding unit, although we have some players on the other side of 30.
Okay, great. I hear both of you throw around the word experience today. And Kerry, we know that the Bailey Blasters has one of the most experienced captains in this tournament, a seasoned West Indies player. And we see for the Nutmeg Warriors, unfortunately, they would have lost the Spikes man, Andre Fletcher. And we see young Daryl Cyrus, who recently got his first class call up being the captain of the Nutmeg Warriors. How will you say he will match up in terms of captaincy versus the experienced Devon Smith?
Well, I believe that the captaincy there, the captain is an extension of the organization they have off the field. When you look at the Nutmeg Warriors, yes, Daryl Cyrus is the man who is the captain, the one entrusted to lead them across the ropes. But when he goes out there, who he has to his left to call to, Sunil Narayan, captain his team in the Vinci Premier League, the Salt Pond Breakers, Karen Kotoy, who has a lot of experience, and a number of other players in his squad who has national experience and windward experience. So I do not believe the issue of experience will be much of a factor, because I think they are well balanced and they should do well as a unit, the Nutmeg Warriors.
And well, Dwayne, you heard that. So what do you think what edge do you think your experienced captain has against this fairly young squad?
Well, leadership is key. And in Devon Smith at this level, I think the Bailey Blasters have a slight advantage. There's no Andre Fletcher in the Nutmeg Warriors team. Daryl Cyrus, who is a windward player as well, he has taken over. And he has the experience of someone like Sunil Ambris to help him on the field, as well as Kiran Kotoy, the Vincentians. Now, there's one factor we haven't considered, the coaching staff. Junior Murray, a legend in Grenada, is the coach of the Nutmeg Warriors team, and he brings a wealth of experience. He knows a lot of the players, and it's no accident that the Nutmeg Warriors won the tournament last year with Junior Murray and Andre Fletcher as the captain. Now, no Fletcher on the field, he may be in the dugout, and Junior Murray also in the dugout. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens when the team is under pressure. As far as the Nutmeg Warriors or the Bailey Blasters are concerned, Devon Smith has some experience as well. The coach, Troy George, he is a former Grenada player, and he's represented the West Indies under 15 as well. And we also have Randall Batiste, who is one of the senior managers at Windward's level. So there's a lot of experience and a lot of leadership. And I think that's why these two teams got to the final. The leadership of Devon Smith, Andre Fletcher, and of course the senior players around, as well as the coaching staff and the management team.
Okay. Back to you now, Kerry. We would have seen throughout the tournament that the Nutmeg Warriors would have been bowled out or possibly chasing very relatively low scores in the region of 70-something, 80-something. And we know the firepower that the Blasters has. What kind of score are you expecting today from the Nutmeg Warriors?
Well, knowing them, I think on this wicket, we have seen the wicket continue to play good throughout the tournament. And I think the Warriors will be comfortable with a score anything about 115, 120. Scoreboard pressure in the finals would be a telling one. And if they bat for us, I think they would be setting their sights on about 115 to 120 to give themselves a chance to defend that.
You heard the score prediction from Kerry. Dwayne, what do you think is the challengeable total for the Bailey Blasters here this afternoon?
Well, we've used the two strips for the duration of the tournament, and we are seeing the wear and tear of the strips. We have some overcast conditions today, but I think the Bailey Blasters can chase down anything around maybe around 120. They've done it before. They have the firepower to do it, and if they have to chase down 120, I think it will be a very interesting game, and we will have a very good final.
Well said. Kerry, one last question. If you had to pick one Nutmeg Warrior as your standout player for the tournament, who would it be and why?
That is a difficult question, because the Warriors has been really a unit, a well-drilled unit that has performed well. You've had players who have done well up in the beginning of the tournament, the likes of the captain was replaced, Andre Fletcher, Shondell Regis, Daryl Cyrus, and you have seen in the back end of the tournament the likes of Daniel McDonald coming to the show. So it's a difficult one, but if I am to say the standout player may have to be just the captain, because his bowling has been quite outstanding, and we can see the drastic improvements from season 1 to this one. So I will give it to Daryl Cyrus.
Similarly, Dwayne, if you had to name one Bailey Blaster who's really blasted all your expectations this tournament, who will it be and why?
Easy. Kevin Hodge. He scored the most runs in this tournament. Healthy strike rate. He bowls some left arm spin, and he's taken some brilliant catches. He is the all-round performer. he's the man that Belief will be looking to win this match.
Okay, I know I said one last question, Kerry, but I have to ask this because Dwayne is relying heavily on Kavem Hodge. And we see Kavem Hodge coming off a healthy Vinci Premier League season. He's in the race now to be the top run scorer. And in fact, I think we can say it's a foregone conclusion because there's no Nutmeg Warrior with any runs similar to him. He's coming off a win in the Vinci Premier League and he's on the cusp of another victory today. He's at the top of the table for runs. How will the Nutmeg Warriors attack Kavem Hodge today?
Well, first of all, we have to give Kavem Hodges credit. One of the finest players we have in the Windward Islands, and his work ethic and the results we have seen is something that we can all admire. It is going to be a difficult prospect bowling to him out there, but I believe the pressure of a final may just tell as the hungrier Nutmeg Warriors, who has never lost to the Bayleaf Blasters in 2 seasons of the Spice Isle T10 tournament, would want to make sure that it's a 5th successive victory against the Bayleaf Blasters, and they will take care of Kavem Hodge.
You have quite a number of confidence in Kavem Hodge. Dwayne, we see Sunil Ambrose coming in for the Nutmeg Warriors. And he wasted no times in his past 2 innings in cementing his place here in the Spice Isle T10. What sort of attack can we expect from the Bailey Blasters to really curtail Sunil's power?
It's going to be a challenge to contain Sunil, and in 10 overs they just would have to try to restrict him as much as possible. He can hit the ball over the top of Minoff. He has all the shots in the book. He's gotten off to a slow start, but he'll be ready for them today.
Well, guys, you've heard it here. Coming up momentarily, we have the final match, Nutmeg Warriors against Bayleaf Blasters. Stay tuned. Well, viewers, it's time. We now head over to the pitch for the toss of the highly anticipated grand finale of the 2nd edition of the Dream 11 Spice Isle T10 competition.
Welcome to the final. It is the big one. The toss for the final match in Season 2 of the Dream 11 Spice Isle T10 tournament. The defending champions, the Green Machine, the Nutmeg Warriors, coming up against the challengers, first-time finalists, Nutmeg Bayleaf Blasters. It promises to be an exciting one. To officiate the toss, we have the match referee, Carl Felix. And Mr. Match Referee, it's over to you.
This is the coin, this is the head, this is tail, home captain.
Daryl Cyrus, the home captain, will toss. The call is ahead by the Bayleaf Blasters, but it's Nutmeg Warriors winning the toss here in the final. It is a tail. Daryl Cyrus, first of all, you guys are back here for another time in the big final. Must be a good feeling.
Yeah, definitely is a great feeling, you know, and we're here, we want to defend the title today.
Winning the all-important toss, what will be the decision of the Nutmeg Warriors?
We're going to have a bat first. Definitely think that scoreboard pressure is going to come into play when bowling.
All right, you guys will have lost a couple of key players throughout the tournament, but seem to have been doing quite fine.
Yeah, as you know, it is a Nutmeg family, you know. We're there for each other brother keeper. And yeah, Sean is just out due to injury and Isaiah Simon in.
All right, you backed in first. What do you think would be a good total you'd want to chase, you'd want to set so they can defend later on?
I think that anything over 120 is a plus. I think that we have the bowling to defend that.
Standing captain here in your first final. It must be an exciting time, and I want to wish you guys all the best for this final.
All right, thanks.
Devon Smith, the Bayleaf captain, the veteran. He has seen it all and done it all here in your first final of the this tournament. Must be an exciting feeling in the camp.
Yeah, the guys are very excited after the game yesterday. You know, well pumped up and so on, looking forward to the finals.
Being asked to bowl first, what total you think you would want to restrict them to?
Well, anything about 70, 80 runs, you know, give yourself a chance. But regardless of what, you know, they make, we have to go and get it. So we'll try our best to bowl properly and make sure we take the catches and things.
We don't want to dwell too much on the past, but that spell yesterday from Michael Dubisset, first 5 wicket haul in the tournament, 5 for 12. Must be feeling good as a captain when he can call on such bowlers to deliver for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a game where, you know, the team get a good start. You know, you have to fall back on somebody else. I try and bowl Pascal and Sherman, you know, to come back and get a wicket for me, which they did, and then I bring Dubisset, you know, to kind of pull back on the run rate. And then it worked out fine.
The grand final, the first time here in the tournament. Are the Bayleaf Blasters pumped and charged and ready to lift the trophy?
Well, yeah, we pump and charge. Looking forward to lift the trophy.
All right, well, therefore, we want to wish you guys all the best at this match and hope that you guys can do very well in this one.
Thank you very much.
All right, so that was the toss. The Nutmeg Warriors, they've won the toss and they've decided they will bat first.
Well, viewers, there you have it. The toss has taken place. We saw the Nutmeg Warriors winning the toss and deciding to back their batsmen to place a challengeable total on the ball. Coming up in the first innings, we will see the Nutmeg Warriors batting first and the Bayleaf Blasters bowling. Kerry, you had the world to say about your batsmen. I'm asking you for the final time. Who will it be at the end of today's match?
Well, the Nutmeg Warriors, they are a team on a mission, and their mission is to lift the trophy for a second time. Coach Junior Murray, Captain Andre Fletcher, Captain Daryl Cyrus, and a plethora of talented players in their unit have their eyes set on the trophy, and I believe they'll do just enough to win it at the end of the day.
We're on the verge of a historic win from the Bayleaf Blasters. They're looking to go from 0 to hero. I'm asking you one last time, who will it be at the end of today's match?
Well, Kerry chose Nutmeg, so I'll have to go with Bayleaf. The experience of Devon Smith, Sherman Lewis, Neil and Pascal, Amikel Dubisset, Kavim Hodge, Nkosi Sentile, Jelani Robinson. This is a hungry team. I go with Bayleaf Blasters.
The bets are in, viewers. It's almost go time. We have an exciting final match. Expect cricket, lovely cricket, right here at the Grenada National Cricket Stadium. Back up to you guys at the commentary booth.
Well, we upstairs, we've had our own little fun in terms of making our predictions as to who would win or lose. And we did say today that it was going to be a big tussle. If Nutmeg Warriors win the tournament, Raphael Crony is expected to give both John, Eugene, and myself nutmeg ice cream. Good afternoon, Raphael.
Good afternoon, Stevenson. Yeah, we certainly expect, a great contest. Everything is built up to be a great contest. But just before I respond, we give you the team quickly because we should be on our way in just a couple minutes. Nutmeg Warriors, Daryl Cyrus, captain, Sunil Ambris, Akim Alexis, Weevil Benjamin, Kieran Kotoy, Haston Jackson, Sheldon Joseph, Donald McDonald, Keishon Mitchell, Alex Moses, and Isaiah Simon.
It's interesting that notable Shondell Regis not in the squad today. Bayleaf Blasters, they're filing Devon Smith, who's the captain. Amical Dubisset, Kavim Hodge, Devonnie Smith, Sherman Lewis, Lon Pascal, Alvin Ramnot, the veteran is there. Jelani Robinson, Richard Rogers, Dennis Smith, behind the stumps as usual, Nkosi St. Hilaire. So the Nutmeg Warriors, they've won the toss, elected to bat. Your thoughts on the decision?
Yeah, it's not a bad decision. I think we looked at how the wicket played this morning, and I think there's to me, it doesn't matter whether you bat first or you bat second. I think the wicket is playing good enough so that I think both teams have an even chance of playing on this particular wicket. So I think it boils down to who played a better game on the day, and certainly, as was said before. You saying that I supposed to give you some nutmeg ice cream, but yeah, you haven't said what yourself and John is going to give me.
Well, let's see how it goes. We had a couple of strips, obviously, Raphael, that matches were played on over the last almost 2 weeks. This morning's pitch looked a very good belter of a pitch.
Well, I must tell you that a lot of emphasis was played on preparing that pitch. Actually, today is the final day. I think it started since Thursday. And the intention was to basically kind of rest that particular pitch for the finals. So a lot of water was given it. There have been a lot of rolling, as you see today, just to make the pitch the way that would provide for us a very good game. And we have seen it this morning. Fast bowlers really getting some lift out of it. And one expect that it really going to be a keen tussle.
We had a very impressive preliminary ceremony, of course, before this match. Nice to have heard the national anthem being played. All the officials were out along with the two teams as they stood in recognition and respect to the national anthem. The umpires are going out there in this, the final time they'll be walking out in this particular match, and they will be followed by the Bayleaf Blasters. And the opening pair for the Nutmeg Warriors, they're going to be following shortly. So this promises to be a cracker. We don't want it to be a one-sided match at all. I think it's going to take away from the hype. It is important that these two teams be locked in battle and to fight it all the way through, and may the better of the two teams win.
Yeah, we do expect a really keen and exciting contest. We would have seen it yesterday. I think it's one of the matches for the final spot in the finals that really was a good one. 100 and we saw that Bayleaf Blasters against Ginger Generals, and we saw that game really was really competitive up to the 7th over of the second inning of Ginger General's batting, and then things fell away there. But it was very, very competitive, and it could have gone any way up to that point. One is hoping that today we're going to have this sort of close and exciting finish. Really, they're really going to add to the tournament. And one hope, as you said, the team that played a better game today is going to come out on top.
Well, the opening pair for the Nutmeg Blasters have just gone out, and we could have seen Benjamin out there. He walked like a soldier out onto the field. You can see him, his steps were rather animated, and Sunil Ambris, with experience, of course, decorating his shoulders, also walked out with some measure of maturity and some measure of composure. So, Nutmeg Warriors will be taking first strike here this afternoon in a clash of the giants, the final here of this Dream 11 2022 version, and it will be Kavim Hodge who is going to be bowling to Benjamin. Here's the first ball. Left arm wrong the wicket. Balls to Benjamin. Benjamin lifts that over mid wicket. That's going to go just in front of the fielder down there. Didn't carry. And Smith comes off the boundary and collects that. That's the body, it looks like. And they get one. So, off the mark immediately, Weevil Benjamin brings Sunil Ambris into strike. There's a third man backward point to cover extra cover, mid-off, long on, deep mid-wicket, right back on the boundary. Square leg, and the fine leg is inside the circle. Here is Hodge in and bowls to Ambris. Ambris turns it out behind square on the leg side, and they get a comfortable single. So, 2 deliveries in the over already, flattish in trajectory, but yielding singles each. Nutmeg Warriors after sedate start, 2 without loss. Hodge is in, bowls, and Benjamin is looking to heave that over the long on area. The ball took the inside portion of the bat and went quickly down to the fine leg area that is inside the circle. And there is no run. Here was Hodge just screaming because it was agonizingly close to the leg stump. They've got to get a good start here, Benjamin and Ambris. As here is once more Hodge bowls outside the off stump and knocked him over. Oh, he's bowled him. Well, Benjamin looking for the big shot. Must have taken a little bit of the inside edge or maybe the pad onto the stump. The bails have been dislodged. And Nutmeg Warriors, they've lost their first wicket. Benjamin goes bowled by Hodge. He's gone for 1. And Nutmeg Warriors, they've lost the first wicket. And the Bailey Blasters, oh, they're happy. They're elated.
Yeah, bad shot by Benjamin. They're just swinging right across that delivery. And that delivery crashing into the leg stump. We have seen him face the delivery before, looking for the big shot, and he just barely passed outside the off stump. And there again, he's looking to swing right across, and it really would have been better him playing straight as we look at that replay once again. Yeah, ball pitching good length and just swinging across. Really would have been better if he tried to play straight, maybe hit down to mid-off. But it's really very important that the start for Nutmeg Warriors should have been a good one. They have lost the service of Regis, and as such had a makeshift Benjamin going into bat with Hodge. And it therefore means that he will have to settle down with Sunil Ambris early to try to revive the situation now as Kotoy comes in to replace Benjamin.
Yes, could have been ill-afforded, but Hodge, who has played such a great role for his team, Blasters, Kotoy now comes into strike, left-handed batsman. Here is a delivery that wrapped him on the pad. Ball going, didn't wrap him on the pad, beg your pardon, was looking to turn it out on the offside and got it down to the mid-wicket area. Just thought as if the ball had sneaked through, but he got it down to the mid-wicket area, got a single. He's now moved off the mark. His Kotoy, he's gone to 1, and the total is moved to 3 without loss. As Kotoy, sorry, this is Ambris facing up to Hodge, and he is looking to turn that down the leg side wide, confirmed by the umpire. So the first extra on the board. Hodge guilty of slanting down the leg side. He's in again, both to Ambris. Ambris is looking to turn it out on the onside. Ball might have taken the bottom, the back part of the bat, went back to the bowler, who must be happy with his first over that picked up a wicket. Is Hodge. 1 for 4, and the Nutmeg Warriors, they're 4 for 1 here at the National Cricket Stadium.
Very good start by Hodge. His first over just going for 4 and picking up an important wicket in that particular over. But you can see his intention is to bowl as straight as possible and try to keep the ball closer to the pad, not to give the batsman much room. And certainly he would be happy with the first over that he would have bowled. And really a good start. Here by Bailey Blasters.
Very good start indeed. And the veteran from the far end, Pascal, who has had a good tournament, is going to be bowling from the far end. This is a very, very important matchup here.
Well, this is also would be a very important partnership for Nutmeg Warriors.
Yes.
These two players, who would have played at the highest level. would want to really give Nutmeg Warriors really a good platform so that it get up to a good score.
Pascal is in, and Bosa Kotoy, who drives the ball up to extra cover. Well, wideish mid-off preferably, and got a single. So he's now moved on by 1-2. Brings Ambris now into strike, who's on 1. Ambris, of course, has played for St. Vincent and the Grenadines and also the Windward Islands, and went on to play for the West Indies. I think his last service to the West Indies when they were in New Zealand, and we're told had a very good T10 tournament in Grenada here now, taking over from Andre Fletcher. Got injured. 5 for 1 over number 2.
A lot will depend on Sunil Ambris. He would want to lead this team.
Here is Pascal into Ambris. Ambris is pulling that down to backward square. The ball is going to go close to the boundary. Does it get there? No. They don't come back for what would be the second run. Didn't really get the control he wanted, but the field, of course, is in the shallow, within the 30 yards, and was able to go over backward square. So he got 2.
Yeah, he didn't get hold of this one. He was looking to clear the backward square boundary. And the field at mid-wicket had some running to do, and it just stopped. Maybe just about 5 yards inside the boundary, and the fielder came wrong and stopped it. But he just looking to clear the boundary.
Here's a delivery that he is looking to flick through the onside. Might have gotten maybe the bottom portion of the bat. Well bowled, Yorker-like delivery there by Pascal. Total remains on 7 for 1 over number 2.
We have seen already some variation. It was a slow delivery. He was looking for the big shot, and really was beaten because of lack of pace, and it just went into his pads, but was hit outside the leg stump.
Pascal moves in to bowl to Ambris. Nice, cool, easy stance. Bowls outside the off stump. And didn't really move his feet there. Just sparred at it. And Pascal bowled a full delivery on the widest side of off stump. And looking to maybe open the face of the bat and glide it down to third man was Ambris. Didn't make contact. Smith collected behind the stump. Yeah,
and we've seen some movement again. Ball moving away from the right-handed Ambris. Pascal trying to bring it right up.
Here is Pascal again in. Bowls to Ambris. Ambris is getting one down the leg side. Let's see if the umpire is going to call a wide. No, he doesn't, because it might have touched the pad or something on the way through. So this is a very good start here by Bayleaf Blasters. First over by Hodge, yielding just 4. And so far, 5 deliveries have been bowled in this over. Just 3 runs being yielded from it. Is 7 for 1. As Pascal goes back, rather pensive, turns from the top of his mark in great conditions. He's in now and bowls to Ambris. Ambris is coming forward, hits the ball back to the bowler, who stops it on his follow through, knocks it down. So the over comes to an end, and you can't want a better performance and start than this by the Bayleaf Blasters, and they've restricted the Nutmeg Warriors to 7 for 1 after 2.
Yeah, tremendous over by Neelan Pascal, using all his experience, his variation, keeping the ball right up to the bat. That final delivery was right up. I don't think there's not much Hodge could have done with this one, but push it back to the bowler. Really has been a kind of start, I think, that Bayleaf Blaster would have been looking for. Very tight bowling, first 2 overs. Hodge on 3 from 7 deliveries. Kotoy on 2 from 2 deliveries.
Well, here is a new over from Hodge in and bowls to Kotoy. Kotoy is looking to hit that. Oh, there is an appeal for run out. Oh, he's got him. He's gone. He's run him out. He was probably meandering out of the stumps. Well, Kotoy was looking to hit that maybe over the long on area, and he missed it. Yes, he missed it. Good take by Smith, and then may have just overbalanced. Oh, and Smith screamed to the umpire at the square leg. How is that, umpire? How is that? And the umpire said, you know what? That's out. Butler was right there to pronounce the tragedy there of Kotoy, who goes back. And what a beautiful piece of work behind the stump. So Dennis Smith has done very well. Dismissed Kotoy stump of the bowling of Hodge. Hodge now has picked up his second wicket. And Nutmeg Warriors, they're 7 for 2.
Yeah, beautiful walk, and I hope we can see that dismissal again. I think what would have happened, he stretched and probably his back foot kind of lifted, and as the back foot lifted, he clipped the bails, and when he would have put it on cutter, it really was too late.
But the work of Smith behind the stumps, because he had to jump to take the ball, and that is what made the dismissal so exciting and impressive. Akeem Alexis comes out to replace Kotoy.
Well, Nutmeg Warriors really up against it.
They are. Hodge in to bowl to Alexis. Alexis is coming forward, plays it up on the onside, down to backward square. That's not where he intended for it to go, but it went there. He got a single. So Akeem Alexis off the mark. He's gone to 1. Nutmeg Warriors in trouble, real trouble. They're in over number 3. And they're 8 for 2 as Hodge wants more. This time he's going to bowl to Ambrose. Ambrose doesn't cue it very well. He was making a bit of room outside the leg stump. And I think Hodge saw that and jammed it as close to the pad as possible. Was able to push it out on the outside. The bowler himself picked up on his follow through. Still 8 for 2. As Hodge is in again, he's there and bowls, and to this delivery, wraps him on the pad. Thought about a single. He was asking Akeem, hey, come for it. And Akeem said, no, there is much of a element of danger there. Decided to remain in his crease, and I think was the right decision too. Here is Ambrose facing up to Hodge, and he is off the back foot. Oh, he may have chopped it onto his thumbs. Oh my goodness, this is incredible. Onto the back foot. He was in trouble because you know what? The pressure was building up. He sunk it into maybe the middle and leg stump. Let's get a look at it. He was going outside the leg stump. Oh, he missed it. He missed everything. And so Ambrose goes comprehensively bowled there by Hodge. He is gone for 2. And Nutmeg Warriors, whether you believe it or not, they're 8 for 3.
Well, we see what pressure can bring. He really was struggling to get away the delivery, and really was pulled away. Really was in no position to hit that delivery. Even though he would have hit it, he probably would not have get much. As we look at the replay there, a big swing, pulling away his body one way and the bat going the other. Really could not get anything much. Missed it. Went into the off stump. A big wicket. 8 for 3. Nutmeg Warriors really up against it, really in some serious trouble.
Absolutely. Donald McDonald has come out. He's walking on to the field of play in a workmanlike manner, as if to say, my team is in danger, it is in trouble, but I've come out here as the savior. Twirls the bat in his hand, as if seeking to get his wrists as supple as possible. And he's going to be facing up to the man of the moment so far. He's picked up 3 for 5. Hodge in his second over. This is the last delivery coming up. Dabbles his hand into the ground to ensure that it's as dry as possible. He's in now. And he bowls to McDonald. McDonald comes forward, hits the ball up to long on. Will get a comfortable single. Screams 1. So that completes the over. Fine performance here by Hodge. 2 overs. And he has picked up 3 for 6. 3 for 6. Nutmeg Warriors after 3. They're 9 for 3.
Yeah, dream start by Bailey Blasters. Hodge picking up 3 for 6 in his 2 overs. And we also had the bowling of Pascal. He is going for 3 in his 4th. So really have been a really good start. In still overcast condition. But as we have seen, they started with spin, the bowling of Hodge. And Pascal, who would have bowled his 1st over from the southern end, but really have some Nutmeg Warriors on the back foot. And really, we would want to see probably an inning from McDonald, one that he would have played in that 1st qualifier. It will be called upon to play a big inning today.
Certainly. So they're on the back foot, Nutmeg Warriors, and Sherman Lewis, hailed into the attack, would want to push them further on the back foot. McDonald taps away at the crease. Lewis moves in now and bowls, fishes outside the off stump. Now that was a dangerous shot. Well bowled, just in the corridor of uncertainty. And he pushed in a rather nervous manner at it. And Smith collecting behind the stumps. You can hear them out there. We've got an impressive sensitive microphone out there, stumps mic. And so all the chattering and chirpiness, you'll hear it coming through the microphone. There is a slip in, third man right back on the boundary, backward point, cover is square, extra cover conventional, mid off, mid on, and then there is a backward square on the leg side. He's in again, Lewis, and balls, swishes outside the off stump. He's down on one knee, not really keeping his eyes on the ball. Didn't get close to it, was McDonald. Total remains on 9 for 3.
Yeah, beautiful delivery by Sherman Lewis, really hitting the right length. And really his line has been good just outside the off stump, and the ball moving away from the right-handed batsman and beating the edge of the bat. Both deliveries to McDonald.
And of course, he's got a very strong offside field to accommodate him. He turns once more, is Lewis in now and bowls, and McDonald to the delivery, getting one that comes into him. He's right on top of it, turns it out on the onside. The bowler comes through rather quickly, picks it up on his follow through. And the amount of noise you're hearing out there in the middle, it sounds more like though there's an army of people out there shouting at each other, so to speak. It's rather obstreperous. But they're cheering one another immensely. 9 for 3, and we could understand why they're so animated. Here is once more Lewis turns with his beautiful approach, long approach, and would move past the umpire now and bowls to McDonald. McDonald gets a delivery that is wide outside the off stump, and after he pitched, it still went further away. Dennis Smith moves across rather nicely to his right, skipped across and collected behind the stumps. Total remains on 10 for 3. Nobody would have thought that this would have been such a dismal start on the part of the Nutmeg Warriors. Or certainly not playing like Warriors out there, except these two can really come with a nice rear guard action and do something rather positive. Here is Lewis again, moves in, sneaks past the umpire now and bowls to McDonald, who is outside the off stump. Well bowled, a little on the wider side, had bunks attached to it. And he had a big swish at that one, McDonald. As if asking the umpire, don't you think that was wide enough? I think it was inside the line. So good call, or no call, if you want to put it that way, on the part of the umpire. 10 for 3.
Yeah, well, that's good call. No call. Been a good call. Just on the line there, but again, we've seen the movements from Lewis there, really taking the ball away from the right-handed batsman. And you just need to be disciplined, continue to keep that line, and you never slip in place.
Yes, and Devon Smith, he's in now and bowls. McDonald gets a beauty. Oh, that was a good delivery that he left alone. That was much closer than he... Oh, my golly. I couldn't believe that he really left that alone. It was just a little outside the off stump, and he came forward, and he let it go by. Oh, but you've got to also give credit to the bowler. It straightened on him nicely. Beautifully bowled.
Yeah, it was actually a slow delivery also, and just missed the off stump.
Oh, that was a classy delivery. So, Dennis Smith just seemed to be favoring a little bit of, I don't know, maybe he's just peeled off his left glove, but I think all is well now. He's not quite ready, so Lewis has got to wait for him, and he's telling him now, okay, you can come along. Here once more is Lewis from the far end. He's in and bowls to McDonald. McDonald is getting onto the front foot, pushes it back to the bowler, who gets an accommodating bounce and gleefully grasps it. And that completes the over. So just a 1 run coming from that over. And at the end of the over, 4 overs gone. The power play is gone. I can't remember any other team really having scored so little in the power play, and if your memory serves you right, that might well be the lowest score in the power play in the tournament.
You're definitely correct. 10 of the 4 overs really is not the start Nutmeg Warriors wanted, but we have to give credit to the bowlers. I think they bowled very well. The fast bowling of Pascal, now we see Lewis come and bowl a tremendous over, and Hodge who was bowling at our end, which is the northern end, was able to pick up some vital wickets, and really they have all bowled well, and Nutmeg Warriors really have been pushed on the back foot, and really going to be difficult for them to get to any score from here on in, a score that will make them feel confident to defend.
That's right. Out of this next 6, they must be thinking about getting 50 runs of this next 6, maybe to turn that into a working total. working, I see.
I would think that they would want to get really somewhere up 80, 90.
That won't be easy, refill. It'll be tough. Here is Rogers in bowls, and he pushes Alexis onto the back foot, plays it back to the bowler, who picks up on the follow through. They're all on their toes out there, the Bay Blasters, as Rogers again is in now, and bowls to Alexis, who is off the back foot and hits it hard, but can't pass the outside field, as Devon Smith, the veteran, is there at extra cover. Total remains on 10 for 3. Well, they've really tightened the screws. He is in again, bowls, and he's off the back foot and cuts well down to backward point. Backward point. It's gonna go close to the boundary. They will come back for the second. That's all there'll be. The return comes in as Smith peels off the glove just in case one of them decided to go for the next run. So 2 more to Alexis, who's now gone on to 3. Is 12 for 3.
Well played by Alexis, just opening the face and steering it down between the short third man and the backward point. Just being stopped just inside the boundary. He picked up 2 runs.
Rogers in now and bowls, and well bowled. Pushes him onto the back foot. Alexis, but could do no more than pushed it back along the track for the bowler to pick up on his follow through. Here he is once more, just spinning the ball from hand to hand. He's there now. Is Rogers in, bowls to Alexis, who gets onto the back foot, turns it behind square on the leg side, and picks up a comfortable single. He's moved by 1 now to 4, and the total is pushed on to 13 for 3. Brings Donald McDonald into strike. And he's just brushing away whatever little particle is there in front of him. He doesn't want anything to obstruct his stroke play, I would think, as Richard Rogers. In now to bowl to McDonald, who to this delivery is off the back foot and pulls. Pulls that well. That's going to go all the way, does it? 6 runs. Beautiful shot. Can he be that person that will turn the tide around? It was short, onto the back foot he went, and he lifted it well, handsome, over forward square for 6 runs, and he has just put a little bit more respectability to the total, which doesn't look very good, I must say. It's 19 for 3 Nutmeg Warriors.
A lovely shot there by McDonald. Ball not all that short, but he really got into position and has shown his strength, the ability to clear the boundary and really hit it lustily over mid-wicket, and it sailed over the rope for 6. Good confident shot, and certainly that should give them some confidence that they can still make runs despite losing some early wickets.
Yes, the physio there, Dr. Mario Christopher, is there and just doing a little bit of work there to Dennis Smith, who was struck a little early on the previous over, maybe on the forearm, and just making sure that everything is going to be right with him. But Dennis, of course, is a warrior. He's not going to go off at all, not on this day, which is a classic final between these 2 teams.
Yeah,
so Doobie said he's going to be brought into the attack. Go right
yeah,
ahead.
the man of the match, previous game, he's going to pick up the attack, and we are going to see him again with a lot of variation, a lot of slower delivery. And 19 for 3 after 5, they will want to begin to step up. This will be the challenge, and Doobie said, I'm pretty sure Smith is standing right up. There's a clear indication of what is going to happen.
Doobie said is in and bowls outside the off stump and looking to cut. A wide delivery that's confirmed now by the umpire. So the total has gone now to 20 for 3. Hakim Alexis, he has to begin to open up now and has to begin to look for boundaries. It's so critical, so crucial. It's a bad start here by the Nutmeg Warriors as Dubiset, Amical Dubiset, moves in once more from the far end. So the backward point is pushed right back on the boundary, and the backward square is called into the circle. As he is once more there, is Dubiset in and bowls outside the off stump, hits the ball hard down to long off is Alexis. They will get only a single, hit it hard into the ground, and it bounced over the head of the bowler on his follow through, but they could get only one more to Alexis, who's gone to 5. Hasn't been timing the ball all that well. Donald McDonald is 7, 21 for 3. He's just taking, which is an off stump, and he's here. He is once more. Is to be set, preparing to bowl to McDonald. Passes the umpire now and bowls to McDonald, who is slapping that outside the off stump, gets down to the sweeper position, will get a single. That was sprayed outside the off stump as Dennis Smith was calling for the ball. Keeper's end, and they get one. One more to McDonald, who's now gone to 8, is 22 for 3.
Yeah, we are in a really interesting position, and it will be very interesting to see what happens here. They are on the attack, and they are looking to attack to be set.
Here is to be set in, bowls outside the off stump, hits the ball down to extra cover. Darren Smith moves across to his left. Not timing the ball particularly well, I must say. Alexis hit that hard into the ground. But again, it has a lot to do with the bowling of Dubisset, who is taking a bit of pace off the ball every now and again. And they can't really predict him. 23 for 3 as McDonald comes in to strike. Turns once more. Dubisset from the far end, the River Road end, and he's there now and bowls outside the off stump and hits the ball down to extra cover. So you see the intention here, Raphael, of Dubisset. He's just about outside the off stump and making sure that the batsmen have to reach for it, and at times taking pace off the ball. So that has made it a little bit difficult for the batsmen to negotiate 23 for 3.
Yeah, very good battle here. As we know, McDonald does have the power to clear the boundary with ease, and he's really looking to go after Dubisset. Again, Dubisset using all his experience, and he's going to slow it up. He's going to throw it a little bit wider, just out of the reach of McDonald, who is really looking to come after him.
Here's Dubisset in now, bowls to McDonald, who is off the back foot, and really was looking to maybe hit that over, maybe slap it past the bowler. Didn't make contact. He might have been encouraged to come onto the front foot and try to hit the ball through the line, which might have been the preferable shot. 23 for 3. Probably trying to hit the ball too hard too.
Yeah, have been a good over so far by Dubisset.
Yeah, just a one delivery remaining. Here is Dubisset in now and bowls to McDonald. McDonald is hitting that down to the deep extra cover boundary, 4 runs. Oh, well, that was struck hard. That was struck hard because the deep, wideish, long off fielder was just about 15 yards away from that ball. And they just tell you how quickly it went across the turf to the boundary for 4. That climaxed the over. So McDonald has gone to 12. It's 27 for 3.
Yeah, good shot played by McDonald, but I don't think the fielder on long off really moved quickly. He moved very late. And by the time he moved there, the ball was almost past him and went to the boundary for 4. But this is a ball that really should have been stopped. But good over by Dubisset. He went for 8 in his first over. And really getting really competitive. You see McDonald is going to look to go after the bowlers. We have already had 6 overs bowled, only 27. So they are going to really go after the bowling. And Dubisset, they had to think and really had to use all his experience. Was only allowed 8 runs in the over.
Yes, so Lewis is called back into the attack. He had just a 1 over for 1 run. And he's changed end, so he's coming from the commentary booth end, which is the Darbo end or the northern end, and he's going to commence his approach to the wicket from just outside the circle. So here is Lewis into his second over, moves in to bowl to Alexis. He's there now, bowls. Alexis is looking to swing that over the backward square area. That's gone all the way. That's 6. When it was short, rocked onto the back foot. He got in line very early, got inside it, and lifted it rather high and handsomely over the deep backward square area. 6 runs to Alexis, who's gone now to 12. He's drawn level with McDonald. 33 for 3. They will need several more like those.
Yeah, good shot by Alexis. Short delivery, lifting, and he really got in good position and hit it over backward square. Safe shot. A shot that will do his confidence a lot of good. And they will really need much more of these shots.
It's Lewis again. Is in now and bowls, and he is getting a Yorker-like delivery that he hits down the ground. They've hustled for one. They're not going to come back for the second. The return comes in very quickly. And Pascal there doing good service, making sure he released the ball rather quickly. And Lewis was there to intercept it. I thought they did the right thing. Shouldn't have gone for the second run, and they didn't either. So Alexis is now gone to 13. McDonald, 12, now comes into strike. 34 for 3 as Lewis turns, this time inside the circle. Begins to move in brighter sunshine. He's there now and bowls. Oh, that was way outside the off stump. It's going to be called a no ball. He was seeking maybe just to spray it a little wide and full, but it went off the pitch. No ball confirmed by the umpire. So it's going to be a free hit. This is a welcome free hit here by the Nutmeg Warriors, as Lewis sprayed it much too far outside the pitch area, and a no ball is resulting. Total has gone by 1 to 35. The field can't be changed as Lewis is in now and bowls to McDonald. McDonald is coming forward and driving the ball out to extra cover. Yorker-like delivery, well bowled.
Yeah, this is where he would want to bowl his delivery, right up. We saw the first delivery shot going for 6. The second one was right up, and it went back over his head. And then this one really right up. So McDonald really didn't have much choice but to drive. And Smith, Devon Smith in the covers went straight to him.
Lewis again turns and moves in now to bowl to McDonald, who to this delivery is looking to lift that down to the mid-wicket area. Succeeds in getting there. They won't come back for the second run. They will in fact now come back for the second run because the throw was not good. It was high over the keeper's head. And maybe if it was a tall keeper like maybe a Jeff Dujan, might have been some little possibility there. But of course Smith is rather diminutive.
Yeah, not the best work by the mid-wicket fielder. There was one there really wasn't looking for a second, but threw the ball really high over Dennis Smith's head and really give them the opportunity to come back for overthrow.
Yeah, Devani not doing a good job down that mid-wicket, as is once more Lewis. As well, McDonald is not quite ready. He's probably just squeezing some perspiration out his helmet. Turns once more is Lewis from the top of his mark and begins to move in with the number 83 jockeying on his back. He's there and bowls to McDonald. McDonald is lifting that in the air. Somebody's gonna take the catch. Taken! Yes! Gone! Down at the deep mid-wicket boundary.
Smith.
And Devani Smith there taking the catch, it looks like. And they've lost another wicket. The Nutmeg Warriors, as the dangerous McDonald goes for 14, 37 for 4, and they've plunged themselves, Rayfield, into further trouble.
Yeah, well, it's a big wicket, 37 for 4. McDonald, we know what he can do. Really, I really was trying to get on with it. I think at the stage, into the 7th over, you have to try to get on, and probably he's one of the players that have the ability to do so. And looking to hit this one over mid-wicket, it was a good delivery ball by Lewis. It wasn't a fairly good length, wasn't short, and it really wasn't right up. And McDonald looking to hit it over mid-wicket. Only succeeded in hitting it down to mid-wicket, and Smith on the boundary just came in and take a easy catch. But again, it has been a good over by Lewis. In his second over, he just picked up his first wicket for 11 runs.
Sean Mitchell has come out now to join Akeem Alexis with the total now 37 for 4. This has been a dismal batting performance so far by the Nutmeg Warriors, and it's been an absolutely marvelous display of bowling and of course fielding by the Bayleaf Blasters. Here is Lewis is in, bowls outside the off stump, big swish at that one by Akeem Alexis. Over comes to an end, 37 for 4, 7 overs gone. They need 3 more overs to see if they can compile maybe as many as 60 runs thereabout. The score ultimately probably could be 60 or 70, but that's going to be a tall ask. 7 overs gone, 37 for 4.
Yeah, it certainly will be a tall ask. We have also the top batters would have lost their wicket, and the bowlers have been bowling very well. Lewis has just concluded his spell. We still have Pascal that will come back for another over, So really, the Nutmeg Warriors is up against it, and really, uh, really they would find it really difficult to get up to 60. As Pascal Dubisset comes in, so it probably might be Dubisset and Pascal to finish it off.
Yes.
They have an over each, and then the option of the final over being bowled.
Well, here is Dubisset would move in to bowl to Mitchell, and Mitchell is onto the back foot, and was very uncertain as to what he should do with that ball. He wasn't sure, just didn't seem to know what to do with it. In the end, it hustled past the bat, and Smith, who is standing up, took it behind the stumps.
Yeah, and certainly with Smith standing up, is really putting some more pressure on the batsman, and doesn't want to leave the crease. And as such, they have to be very careful to play the shot, but still remain in the crease.
Dubisset bowls and looking to swing that. Good take there by Smith.
And the evidence there is that ball was seemingly looks in the slot, but you don't want to come forward, and you could see him just standing up and trying to hit in a standing position, and so he made no contact.
Let's go, boys! Let's go, boys!
Well, Smith is such a good keeper. I don't know if we appreciate how good he is, but he's an absolutely wonderful keeper. As Dubisset is in now and bowls to Mitchell. Mitchell is having a big swing at that one, gets it down to the mid-wicket area. They will come back for the second. The return doesn't come in. It's Pascal coming in very quickly. Couldn't prevent the batsman from getting two. Came in from the deep mid-wicket boundary. So 2 to Mitchell, who's now just off the mark. And the total has gone to 39 for 4.
Yeah, no time in there by Mitchell, and the fielders on the boundary really had to come in a long way. So they had all the time in the world to pick up 2.
Here is again a delivery that is outside the off stump, and he hits that down to the long off area. That's going to go all the way, 6 runs. Well, he just waited on the back foot for that and went underneath it and lifted it. They certainly need a few more of those. Total has gone to 45 for 4, and that was a good, nice big hit there by Keshawn Mitchell.
Yeah, over pitch delivery outside the off stump. And again, Dubisset taking the piece off. So it was right in the arc for hitting, and Mitchell hit straight, and it went over long on for 6.
Dubisset again moves in. Not a dubious approach at all. He's there and bowls to Mitchell. Mitchell is looking to swing. Maybe gets an on the edge to that one. We'd have to wait and see what the umpire signal by. So it was not well collected there by Dennis Smith at all. One more to the total is now gone to 46. Extras now go on to 5. Just at a 1 by. We have had 3 wides and 1 no ball. Dubisset turns once more from the top of his mark. It has not been a brilliant day here at all, but there is no threat of rain, I must say. Comes in now to bowl to Akeem Alexis, who is lifting that, or seeking to lift that over midwick, over the deep backward square, and in fact goes for 4. Connects, maybe he was trying to go over the boundary, stepped outside the leg stump and lifted it over the mid-wicket area. Nobody is down there, and it went down to the boundary for 4. So, good shot there to bring up the 50. 8 overs gone, 50 for 4, and just 2 overs remaining. How many can they get in those 12 deliveries? Maybe if they could get another 20 runs from those two overs, I think we might be in for something of a nice little battle here.
Yeah, certainly. Welcome boundary there by Alexis. Just moving across to the offside and really picking this one up and hitting it between the backward square and the short fine leg and picking up a welcome boundary. So Alexis on 17 from 12 and Mitchell 8 from 5. These two will really want to push on, and they would probably want to get in the region of 70, I would think. From where they are, I think they will feel comfortable with that.
Yes, so it's 50, exactly 50 for 4. Mitchell is 8, 17 to Alexis. Mitchell will be taking strike as Dylan Pascal comes back into the attack. He bowled just a 1 over for 3 runs, so it was very economical. Lewis is moved from the mid-wicket area. He's going to be put somewhere behind square on the offside, backward point. There is a third man, sweeper, extra cover, long off, long on, deep mid-wicket. square leg, fine leg inside the circle. As here is Pascal. Leans forward. He's there now and bowls. Short delivery that he gets onto the back foot and pulls that well. And it will go for 4. Just a couple of bounces over the boundary line. It was short. It was pullable. He went onto the back foot and he pulled it well. Got into position very quickly, Mitchell. He has gone to 12. It's 54 for 4.
Yeah, bad delivery from Pascal and really given the right treatment. Hit over square leg. There's nobody on the backward square boundary. So really it was a safe shot. And good start to the over by Nutmeg Warriors.
Yes, well, a backward square has now been posted, as is Pascal once more, with the field much more spread than it was in the previous delivery. Turns from the top of his mark and begins to move in now, and he bowls a short delivery, hits it down to the third man area. That's gone for 4. That's not where he wanted to hit it. I suspect he wanted to hit it maybe over backward point. It peeled off the flashing blade, and it went very quickly indeed, because he threw the kitchen sink at it, and it went down to the boundary for 4. He's gone now to 16. These are important runs here, and the total has moved on to 58 for 4.
Yeah, another short delivery from Pascal. And coming off the edge and just flew down to that peak and slip position. Giving a short third man really no chance.
Pascal is in again and bowls, and that's a full toss that he tugs down to the fine leg. That's gone for 4 more. It was ill-directed on about the leg stump and went slightly inside. He was looking to hit that over mid-wicket area, I would think, and it took more the inner portion of the bat down to fine leg for 4. So 3 consecutive 4s, and Mitchell has gone very quickly to 20, 62 for 4.
Yeah, this game, glorious uncertainty. Another full toss, and probably if he hit it in the middle of the bat, he probably would have gone out of a fielder. But coming off the edge and went down to that long leg position.
Yes, tricky, but yielded 4. Pascal is in balls, and he's up the back foot, hit the ball straight. They've called for 2 very quickly. They've gone for 1. We'll come back for the second. The return comes in. I think he's gone. Is he? No. The umpire says no, he's made it. Good aggressive running there.
Yeah, really good running there, picking up 2 runs there. We really look as though they were in trouble. But as we see the replay there, really have been good running by the batsman.
Yes, got there. Great aggressive running. Well, Mitchell has gone to 22, 64 for 4. Pascal, who has now gone for 14 in his over so far, is in and bowls, and he is ball him right up in the block hole, giving himself room, looking to cart it through the outside, and the bails are spattered. I think it must have hit the middle stump, off stump, middle and off. The bail's gone. So he played a bit of a cameo. So Mitchell is gone, bowled by Pascal for 22. It's now the Nutmeg Warriors 64 for 5.
Yeah, very good inning by Mitchell. He really struck the ball, and Pascal bowling a slow delivery right up. And again, Mitchell looking for the drive and just hit playing down the wrong line, and that ball going into the stump. So another wicket from Nutmeg Warriors, 64 for 5. But a good hand played there by Mitchell.
Very good hand indeed. Very, very good hand for 22. And he must be very proud and happy with at least that performance. And what, of course, the top order didn't do, they had to come and redeem the situation a bit. So Darrell Cyrus has come out, and he'll be facing up to Pascal. The run rate now 7.25. Well, it doesn't look much better than it was, let's say, a couple of overs ago, Repel.
Yeah, certainly much better. Still looking as we could get up the 80.
It would not be so easy. Here is Pascal is in and bowls to Cyrus. Cyrus gets a slower delivery, which I thought he played very well. Waited, delayed the shot, and poked the ball out on the offside, and they got a single. So the over has come to an end. A rather expensive one there. I think about 17 runs coming off it. This is about that. And so he's turned out 2 overs, 1 no means, 1 for 18 is Pascal, 65 for 5, 9 overs gone. The run rate 7.22, and whether they can maybe after 10 get it up to about 80. Well, that should be, it's going to be an asking to do that. But let's see what the final score will be. My final score, I would make it 75. What's yours, Refill?
Yeah, I would border around the same thing, 75.
I want you to go. I want you to go against him. I mean, somewhere, Rachel. Rachel, we can't end up on the same 75. You need to go 74 or 76. So what's it?
No, I border around 75. 75.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we were
But
we were looking for a winner. So Ramnath is gonna move in and bowls outside the off stump, looking to square drive that. One doesn't make contact. Is Daryl Cyrus. Total remains on 65 for 5. Comes in again. In and bowls. And Cyrus is hitting that down to the deep extra cover area. They've gone for 1. Coming back for the second. The return comes into the keeper. And, well, just managed to get there. Good run in there by Cyrus. Rather aggressive coming back for the second. So they get 2. Total has gone now to 67 for 5. Cyrus is gone to 3. As it's once more Ramnath is in and bowls down the leg side, and he turns that down to the deep backward square. That's gone for 4. Lovely shot. That was a bad delivery onto the leg stump, and he just got inside the line and lifted it, heaved it on its way down to the backward square area. 4 runs there to Cyrus, 71 for 5. And well, it certainly was a bad delivery that was treated deservedly.
Yeah, bad delivery, full toss down the leg side, and just clipped around the corner for 4.
Ramnath to Cyrus. Cyrus pulls that down to the mid-wicket area. And that's a fine shot. It turns out to be 4. Well, it was hit in front of square. And he drove that very well. But it's on about the middle and leg stump. And he tugged it out to deep mid-wicket. 4 runs to Cyrus. These are very important runs. He's gone to 11. It's now 75 for 5.
Yeah, another good shot pitch up on his legs, and he whipped it between that mid-wicket and backward square fielder, and it went cross rope for 4. Good timing by Cyrus.
So here is once more Ramnath in now. Alvin Ramnath, and he's going to be bowling to Cyrus. He's there now, and bowls to Cyrus. Cyrus is off the back foot looking to cut, and maybe giving himself too much room. Dot ball, welcome dot ball. So this is a final delivery coming up. Final delivery in the innings. Ramnath bowls, and he is driving that straight down the ground. Will it be carry? Stop down there at the long off area. They've gone for 2. Will they come back for the 3rd? They're coming. The return comes in, and the bowler misses it. They come back for the 3rd. It should have been 2 only. And you got to fault the bowler there. Should have been run out. Whatever the case is, they got 3. And so the Nutmeg Warriors still turn out to be a bit of a modest total. 78 for 5. 78 for 5. I think they have redeemed themselves in a manner, in a modest manner. They have redeemed themselves. 78 for 5. They close with Akeem Alexis 17. Daryl Cyrus played a nice little cameo for 14. And that little partnership, of course, of 14 turns out to be very, very healthy indeed. So Nutmeg Warriors batting first, 78 for 5. It's not the total they wanted. They obviously would have wanted to get over the 100 mark, but they still got the total on the board, and they've got to defend it.
Yes, I think Ramnath would be disappointed with the last over that he bowled. I think it was all over the place, full toss down the leg side, and even that last delivery was hit straight and just top inside the boundary. As you said, should have been a run out there, and the bowler himself missing the return, and they getting up to 78. 13 runs scored in that last over. So really, I think they ended off well. As I was saying before, could have been between, they would have wanted to get up to 80 or 90. They got up to 78. So I think they still will feel pleased that they have been able to get up to 78. Although I think it's really far from what they initially would have wanted to score.
Yes, they obviously would have wanted to score many more than they have, but it came down to 78 for 5. 78 for 5. Let me just give you a little bit of the scorecard. Wibble Benjamin was bowled by Hodge for 1. Sunil Ambris was bowled by Hodge for 3. Kieran Kotoy stumped Dennis Smith of the bowling of Hodge for 2. Donald McDonald caught Devonnie Smith of the bowling of Lewis. He went for 14. Keyshawn Mitchell bowled by Neil and Pascal for 22. Daryl Cyrus not out 14. and Akeem Alexis not out 17. A target score of 78 for 5, 78 for 5. Extras were 5, 1 by, 3 wides, and 1 no ball. In terms of the bowling, we have Hodge, who picked up 3 for 6 of 2. Pascal, 2 overs, no maidens, 1 for 18. Lewis had 1 for 11 of 2. Roger, none for 9 of 1. Doobie said a bit expensive, the most expensive on the bowling team. None for 20 of 2. And Ramnath did not have the best of last over, 1 over for 13 runs. The fall of wickets, 1 for 2, 2 for 7, 3 for 8, 4 for 37. And the final wicket falling for 64, 5 for 64. The last partnership putting on some 14 runs, and it turned out to be 78 for 5. So let's go downstairs. I think Siri's got Mitchell with her.
Thanks, Stevenson. Here with me is Kishon Mitchell of the Nutmeg Warriors. Kishon, a troubling start for the Nutmeg Warriors here today, and we see you coming in and really turning the innings around. Going into bat so early in the innings, tell us what was going through your mind.
Well, with the bad start we had, was about trying to get as much runs as possible, quick as possible, because a very fast game, but also try to hold wickets in hand so that we don't get bowled out.
Okay, and coming into today's final match, what sort of score were you guys expecting to post?
Well, we were looking at anywhere around 100, 110. It's very defendable, but this is a final also, so 78 on this would actually be probably 98. So once the bowlers and the fielders, we've been having some good overs in the power play. Most likely we can try our best to defend that.
So you believe that a score of 78 with 79 runs is a defendable total, given the power that we know it is the first 4 batsmen of the Bailey Blasters?
Well, yeah, as I say, the first 4 batsmen basically is the main attackers, and then they'll soft in the middle. So we try to have a good power play, bog them down, get a couple of early wickets and pick them on the back foot.
Thank you very much, and all the best in your defense.
Thanks.
Here with me now is Amical Dubisset of the Bailey Blasters. Amical, we saw a splendid start by the Bailey Blasters here. Going into today's match, can you tell me what the mood was like in your camp?
Well, we were energetic, we were pumped up for this final. We played good cricket to reach here, so we just went out there with a positive mindset, and we were asked to bowl first, and our strength is chasing, and we said that we'll go there and deliver today.
Okay, and with a score of 78, are you guys satisfied with the manner in which you were able to restrict the Nutmeg Warriors?
Well, of course, it could have been a little less, but that's cricket, the opposition have good batting depth, and they came out and they showed us the depth of their batting, but, we would have been comfortable chasing 60, but 78 is a good score. We bowled well to restrict them to 78 because they have a good batting unit, and I say kudos to the bowlers. Everybody chipped in and we did well today, and hopefully we could go out and chase the 79 for victory.
And tell the viewers listening, what can we expect to see in your chase?
Well, we expect fireworks. We have a good batting order. We have a good top order, and we just have to stay positive and go chase the runs, and hopefully we could bring home victory for Bailey Blasters. As I said, we played good cricket to reach here, and this is the final hurdle, and we're hoping to lift the trophy at the end of the day.
Well said. Thank you, and all the best in your chase.
Yeah, thank you very much.
There you have it, guys. Going back up to you in the commentary booth.
Amical Dubisset talks about the final hurdle, and that final hurdle is so important. It's either you get over the final hurdle or you crash into the final hurdle. I have a little faint suspicion that they may just go over the final hurdle. So Nutmeg Warriors 78 for 5. Rafael Crony had his own little predictions, but it's not over until the final ball is bowled. So that's the situation. It means that the Bailey Blasters, that they will have to go after a target of 79. Can they do it? We don't know. When we come back, we'll find out.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Energy. The world runs on it every day.
Good morning. Welcome to Seoul.
Hi.
Hi.
And when we put the best of the Caribbean together with the energy we harness, everything runs so much smoother. Because at the end of the day, it's all about connecting people.
Happy birthday, Dad.
So, wherever your journey begins.
The biggest and safest summer festival in the region, August 8th and 9th. Let's go to Grenada for Spice Mass. Call your booking agents and get your tickets today.
Focus, I can't wait for T10. I can't wait to enjoy myself in a stadium. Mama, show everything goes shine, local talent doing well. Big up on yourself, sing it out. T10. Enjoy this.
I too have felt the impact of this pandemic and miss the days of being able to socialize with the freedom we once had. But it is in these times that we must come together to fight as one people through getting vaccinated and doing what's right. I am Aruna Neptune and I am fully vaccinated. Play your part. Keep yourselves, your loved ones, and your community protected. Spice Mass. Here we come. It's our time again.
Deeply rooted in our rich ancestral traditions. Spice Mass, the return, a celebration of life.
Welcome to Spice Mass 2022. Reviving the spirit of our ancestors through our traditional mass. Jab, the unique celebration of freedom, drenched in black. Feel the power. The rejuvenating sound of pan. A display of colors in fancy mass. And the rebirth of calypso and soca music.
The biggest and safest summer festival in the region, August 8th and 9th. Let's go to Grenada for Spice Mass. Call your booking agents and get your tickets today.
And welcome back here to the National Cricket Stadium here in St. George's, Grenada, as we get ready for the response. The response to 78 for 5 by the Nutmeg Warriors and the Bailey Blasters. They're out already. They're in the middle. Everybody's out there in the middle. The umpire is just waving in our direction to ensure that everything is ready and everybody's ready. And I think so. At least we are ready up here in the broadcast booth. The scorers are ready and all our technical personalities are ready. Raphael Crony is ready.
Yes, Stevenson, we ready for the reply. 79 needed for victory. Nutmeg Warriors will really be endeavoring to pick up some early wickets if they're going to really try to defend that total. Well, as we see the sun comes back out brightly, really would be a challenge.
Yeah, will there be some nerves out there? Maybe the only two that don't have a bit of nerve might be the umpires. Here's the first ball. Jackson is in to bowl to Robinson. Well, he doesn't bowl it. He's not happy with his approach. We just talked about nerves and whether that was an indication of it. Well, we may never know. Maybe he just didn't have the comfortable approach to the wicket that he would like. So here is Jackson with the first ball, moving in to bowl to Jelani Robinson in Bailey Blaster's reply. He's there now and bowls outside the off stump, uppercut down to the deep cover position. They've gone for one, will come back for the second. Short delivery, went onto the back foot and lifted over the inside 30-yard circle there at cover. And so 2 to Robinson off the first delivery, which was short and a bit outside the off stump.
Yeah, I don't think he played it where he expected. Probably looking to hit it probably a little squarer, but it went straighter between the backward point and the cover, just over the head. The heads, he was able to pick up 2 runs.
Jackson is in, bowls to Robinson, who is... There's an appeal for cut behind. The ball passed, maybe very close to the bat. He was onto the back foot and looking to squirt the ball out on the offside. Didn't make contact. Will Benjamin going up in thunderous appeal and was supported by a couple of the other players, but the others were not as convicted as the keeper was. Total remains on 2 without loss. As here once more is Jackson in, bowls to Robinson, who is getting a short delivery that he pulls out to the mid wicket. Oh, is the catch taken? Yes! Gone! Taken there, diving catch there at forward square leg. So the first wicket has just been taken as Robinson goes, cut Joseph there of the bowling of Jackson for 2. He was looking to heave that over the square leg area, didn't really get the kind of control that he wanted, and that was a great catch. It was a brilliant catch there by Joseph, moving across to his right, had to cover, I would think maybe about 15 yards. Let's look at it. It was traveling in the air, and he was running across to his right and took an absolute beauty of a catch. And his body was almost horizontal to the ground when he took it. He knew he took it and then threw it up in the air in jubilation. So that's the response. Bailey's Blasters, they've already lost the wicket. It's now 2 for 1.
Yeah, good catch taken there. Another short delivery and Robinson really wasn't in control of it. But looking to clear the infield, I imagine with the power play in mind, just was not able to get hold of it. And a good catch was taken there by Joseph feeling at mid-wicket. Again, we see in the importance of the fast bowler starting the attack.
Yeah, well, here he is now to bowl to the new batsman in Hodge, who is coming forward. The ball takes it in a portion of the bat and went down to the backward square area, and that's going to go all the way to the boundary for 4. Well, I don't think that who it was there feeling at backward square maybe didn't quite come across Yeah, no, it didn't. He didn't really come across, but it went right through him. He went down there like a schoolgirl, I must admit, and went right through her leg. If it was a schoolgirl, I mean, to her leg, down to the boundary before. So Hodge got off the mark. Certainly, they won't be very happy with that at all. Jackson wouldn't be happy. Nobody would be happy. And so 4 runs resulting there to Hodge.
Yeah, he picked up 4 runs here, but would not be confident with that shot. It was right up to him and just took the inside edge.
Jackson to bowl to Hodge. Hodge is looking to swing across the line. They will get a bye. We'll wait for the confirmation by the umpire. No, it's not. He must have gotten a bottom edge onto that one and went down to a fine leg. They get 1. So Kareem Hodge has now gone on to 5, and the total has moved on to 7 for 1. 7 for 1 over number 1. This is the last over, the last delivery coming up in this over. And the required run rate is not the big thing, really. It's just 7.85. So I don't think that's going to come into the equation very much. Devon Smith now comes into strike. He's yet to score, yet to face a ball as Jackson, which would be his final delivery. Started and then stopped, moving now to bowl to Smith. Here he is, passing the umpire, bowls to Devon Smith. Outside the off stump, opens the face of the bat, glides that down to third man, and that's 4 runs. That was a good control shot outside the off stump, and there is no slip there at all, onto the back foot, and opened the face of the bat, glided it down to third man, 4 runs to Devon Smith. So 11 runs coming off the over, rather expensive in the context of the game, but the valuable wicket of Jelani Robinson was taken, and Bailey Blasters, they now require 68 from 54.
Yeah, good shot by Smith. It really was on top of this one. Nothing dangerous about that shot, and just steer it in that big and slip position, and it went down to the boundary for 4. 11 for 1 after 1 over. 68 required from 54 deliveries, and I would think that these two will want to really bring it as close as possible to that total.
Yes, that's so very important. 68 from 54. Jackson 1 for 11. So Cyrus has brought himself into the attack. Can he do something special here for Nutmeg Warriors? Hodges 5 as Darrell Cyrus just dabbling his hand into the turf and spins the ball from hand to hand. Moves in now to bowl to Hodge. Hodge is looking to drive. Doesn't make contact with that. Benjamin standing up, collects the ball, sends it back to Cyrus, who goes back. Yeah, rather businesslike. Moves in now to bowl to Hodge. He's there, and Hodge is looking to turn that down, maybe down to fine leg. The ball outside the leg stump, and wide signal by the umpire. 5 is Hodge, 12 for 1. As Cyrus again would move in to bowl to Hodge, who is, to this delivery, coming forward. Can do no more than push the ball back along the track for the bowler to pick up on his follow through. Does so and goes back right away. Workmanlike, turns from the top of his mark in good sunshine here at the National Cricket Stadium from the far end, the River Road end. A little skip, and he comes in now and bowls to Hodge. Hodge is wrapped on the path. There is a appeal for leg before, not given out by the umpire. Looking at it from here, that seemed to be slanting down the leg side. We can see the replay now, which is given to us rather quickly. Yes, that was going down the leg side. Good decision. But they're going to go up in appeal, in thunderous appeal for everything, no doubt. Here once more is Cyrus. Good length and line so far. He's in and bowls outside the off stump, rocked onto the back foot, opens the face of the bat, glides the ball nicely down to backward point, and Ambrose is there, picks the ball up and hurls the return to the keeper, and the total remains on 12 for 1, as is once more. Cyrus is in and bowls to Hodge outside the off stump. And there's an appeal for stumping there by Benjamin. Screams at the square leg umpire, who stands as constant at the Northern Star, says not out at all. So bits of things happening outside there. Yes, 12 for 1.
Yeah, good over by Cyrus so far. Just 1 conceded in this over.
Well, can he bowl a dot ball here? Here he is now, just spinning the ball from hand to hand. He's in now and bowls to Hodge, who to this delivery is leaving that alone outside the off stump. Might have been the googly. Well bowled, well bowled. First up there by Cyrus. So he has pulled things back a little bit. Just a 1 run coming off that over. 12 for 1 after 2. Smith is not out 4. Hodge is not out 5. Jelani Robinson cut Sheldon Joseph of the bowling of Aston Jackson for 2. That's the only wicket to fall.
Yeah, very good over by Cyrus. Really attacking bowler. And Hodge really found some difficulty in trying to get away the ball in this particular over. Had a close shot, but as we see there, missing the leg stump, but really have been a good over by Cyrus as the captain, taking up the responsibility and bowling a very good over.
We did talk off air, Raphael, about the switching of the fast bowlers, the Bailey Blasters fast bowlers, who bowled the first over very well and then switched them, from different ends as to the ploy and how much it really sort of upsets the fast bowler rather than bowling from where he started off bowling well.
Yeah, it's sort of interesting to see that being done, and I've been questioning that in terms of why you would change a bowler if he bowls well from a particular end.
There's Jackson's in now and bowls to Smith. Smith is tugging the ball up to mid-on. That's not where he wanted to hit the ball. Of course, he wanted to go out to mid-off. Akeem Alexis comes in very quickly there at mid-on, prevents the batsman from crossing for the single. So just a dot ball there as Devon Smith goes back, just remarks his guard, and Aston Jackson also goes back. And there is the extra cover that is... Oh, he was just running after the ball. Just thought they were bringing him outside the circle. So there's a backward square that is outside the circle. And here is once more. Jackson is in and bowls to Smith. Smith is pulling the ball out to mid-wicket, but can't pierce that field there. Ball goes out normally he would have hit that much harder, but I think he hit it hard into the ground, Devon Smith. Dot ball, he remains on 4, is 12 for 1. So 2 good deliveries so far by Jackson. Rubs the ball rather vigorously on his trousers, turns and begins to lean forward. He approaches now Devon Smith. He's there and bowls. Smith is tucking the ball down to mid-wicket. They get a comfortable single. There's no real challenge there. So 1 more to Smith, who has now gone on to 5, and the total has pushed on to 13 for 1. Brings the right-handed Hodge now back into strike.
Yeah, and Jackson hitting the right link, and Smith just coming back and playing this one to mid-wicket, but not giving him the room to play the big shot. He will want to continue. He's in the second over, just going for 12, and he'll want to really finish strong.
Yes.
Bailey Blasters on 13 for 1.
Yes, so third over in progress. Jackson, easy approach now, bowls to Hodge. Hodge is opening the face of the bat, stabs the ball out on the offside, and maybe thought for a fleeting moment for a single, and then Devon Smith screamed no at him, quite rightly too. The ball going down to Katoy. Don't forget, he's such an outstanding fielder. Came in rather quickly like a feline of species, and the batsman saw that there was dangers involved, decided not to go for the single, quite rightly too. Jackson is in once more to bowl to Hodge, who is 5. He is there now and bowls to Hodge. Hodge is getting a good delivery. I think that bounced on him more than anticipated. And the batsman just pulling out of the shot. Well bowled. Benjamin collects behind the stumps. And just putting a little bit of a brakes on here. The run rate now 4.50 is 13 for 1. And the required rate is just sneaking up a little bit, 9.21. They need 66 from 43.
Yeah, good bowling by Jackson. Has been bowling really a good over, just a single in this over. And you really want to keep the pressure on.
He's there now and bowls to Hodge. Hodge is coming forward. Good Yorker-like delivery. Comes forward. Akeem Alexis comes in very quickly and prevents the batsman from going for the single. Well bowled by Jackson. He must be applauded for a well bowled over. So his 2 overs have come to an end, but he picked up the prize wicket of Sheldon Joseph, of Jelani Robinson, caught by Sheldon Joseph for 2, 13 for 1 after 3. And this is an interesting match we've got on hand.
Yes, we have seen so many low scores that really has turned out to be really tight games. And even though they just had to get 79, I think Nutmeg Warriors have been bowling well. The first 3 overs has kept it very tight. We had 1-1 from Cyrus in his first over. And now we had Jackson coming just one run from his over. So you just need a few tight overs, and then the
Yes.
pressure begins to build.
Yeah, so that's what, of course, our Cyrus has been trying to do. He's done well in his first over. He's in now, and bowls to Devon Smith, who is getting a delivery that is called a wide by the umpire. So one more to the total. It's now gone on to 14 for one. So he's got to reload as Cyrus is in now, and bowls to Smith. Smith to this delivery is coming forward and clips that over the backward square, and that's going to go for 4. Oh, it was onto the leg stump, and he clipped it over backward square. There was, in fact, a bit of an effort to maybe turn it into a catch. Let's see how. Oh, it would have been an absolute screamer if he had taken that. And it went down to the boundary for 4. Just loosening the shackles there a bit there, Devon Smith. As here once more is Cyrus. We'll move in to bowl to Smith. Just about there now. And Smith is coming forward. Whips it off the toes. He'll get at least 2 here. They've gone for 1. We'll come back for the second. The return comes in from Kotoib. Brings the keeper forward. And they get 2. So 2 more to Smith, who has now gone on to 11 double figures. And the total Bayleaf Blaster that's now gone to 20 for 1. So just freeing up the hands a bit, Devon Smith. He's in once more, Cyrus, and bowls to Smith. Smith is wrapped on the path that was appealed for leg before, not given out by the umpire. Down on one leg, looking to sweep that over the deep mid-wicket area, and struck outside the leg stump, I would think.
Yeah.
And
yeah, Cyrus just throwing a little bit on his leg. He picked up a 4 and 2. This one pitch just outside leg stump, and Smith trying to hit it over backward square.
here he is again in bowls to Smith. Smith comes forward, drives the ball up to the long off area. They're hustling for 1. They're coming back for the second. No, they decide against it. The return was pretty good. Brought Weevil forward, and they managed to get just a single. So 1 more to the total. It's now gone to 21, and Hodge comes in to strike. He's 5. Devon Smith is 12. Cyrus would move in once more, and he's going to bowl to the right-handed Hodge with a third man backward point, cover, extra cover, and the mid-off. He's there, and Hodge comes forward, pushes that down to mid-wicket. They've hustled for 1. Thought about coming back for the second. Isaiah sends the return. Good one. So they kept Tony to the single. So 1 more there to Hodge, who's gone to 6. Devon Smith, who is 12, now comes into strike. 2 of the more experienced batsmen there for Bayleaf Blasters. Won't want to panic. They'll try to bring it as deep as possible. Cyrus has other things in mind, though, as he moves in now to bowl to Smith. And Smith, to this delivery, is coming forward and pushes the ball out on the offside. The ball is overrun a little bit there by Isaiah, and he was able to quickly redeem himself. So the over comes to an end. Not a bad one there by Cyrus. His 2 overs have yielded 10. I think 9 came off that over. So 22 for 1, and the power play has just been completed.
Yeah, and certainly it's really still competitive. Only 22 in the power play, and they still require 57 from 36 deliveries. So they will want to keep things very tight, if not picking up the wicket, keep things very tight and really build pressure on the Bayleaf Blasters if they're really going to try to make some inroads. But as we go into the 5th over, we will see the field now spreading a bit, and probably might be a little easier for the batsmen.
Yes, you can argue for it that it's going to be a little bit easier for the batsman because the field is a little bit relaxed. But then they might be tempted, with the run rate going up. It's 9.50, decide to go over the top. And then you've got players who are deep outside the circle, boundary riding. They may come into play. So it's a very interesting situation here. The run rate required 9.50. They won't want to get up to much more than that. Total 22 for 1. Hodge will be taking strike, and Sheldon Joseph is going to prepare now to bowl to Hodge. Here he is. Everybody is ensuring that they're where they're supposed to be. Out. Oh, that's a no ball. That was a bad delivery, really wide and sprayed as a no ball. So it's going to be a free hit. Extras have already now gone up. Well, it has gone up by one. And then to add pepper in the wound, it's going to be a free hit.
Yeah, bad start by Joseph, pitching this one really wide off the playing surface.
So here is Joseph in now and bowls and doesn't make a lot out of it. They've gone for one, won't come back for the second. They will in fact come back for the second badminton. That's the second time that we saw Isaiah just making a, well, it wasn't Isaiah that time. Was it Cyrus? Well, so they got two, which really should have been one in the first place. Total has gone to the quarter century mark now, 25 for one. So looked a little bit raggy there. As Joseph once more will move in to bowl to Hodge. He is there now, passing the umpire and bowls, and he gets a slower delivery. Well bowled. Pushed out, however, to squarish cover, and the batsman crossed for one. So one more there to Hodge, who's now gone to 9, and Smith, who is 12, now comes into strike, is 26 for 1.
Yeah, well bowled by Joseph. Slower delivery, and Hodge was really equal to it. Although he was looking for the big shot, had to adjust and just push it out on the offside and picked up the single.
53 required of 34 as Joseph is in, this time to bowl to Smith. Smith is dabbing that out on the offside. No, they've hustled for one. They're going to come back for the second. They've got to hurry. The return comes into the keeper's end. Benjamin standing up, but I think they quickly decided very early that they needed two, and they get two. So 2 more to the total. It's now gone to 28. Devon Smith has gone to 14. So it's not always, Raphael, about big boundaries, but looking for gaps, getting twos. And, even if you get 4 twos in the over, that gets you to 8.
Yeah, that was well played by Smith. He took the pressure off and pushed it to cover. And the fielder on the cover boundary really had some running to do. And allowed the batsman to come back for 2 runs.
51 of 33. Here is Joseph. What we don't know is that the margin of victory either way in this game would not be big. That's for sure. Here he is now and bowls to Smith. Smith is coming forward, pushes the ball on the offside. Well bowled, Joseph. Could do no more. And he quickly on his follows through, picked up the ball, goes back in a rather soldier-like manner. Total remains on 28 for 1. Our fellow commentator, John Eugene, is in the back there with his arm folded. We don't know what to make about him this afternoon at all.
I don't think you want to be heard.
No, he doesn't want to be heard. Here is Joseph in now and bowls, and Smith tugs that down to the deep backward square area. They've gone for one. Akeem Alexis after it. They will come back for the second quite comfortably too. They canter it, and so 2 more to Smith, who is just looking for the gaps and using his maturity and his skill there and his vast experience as Bayleaf Blasters. They've moved on to 30 for 1, brings back Smith into strike. Just a 1 delivery coming up in this over.
Yeah, intelligent batting by Smith. Not looking to hit too hard, but picking up the gaps and picking up the twos.
Joseph bowls to Smith, who is off the back foot, cuts that ball down to the third man area for 4. Well, he delayed the shot very well. Well played onto the back foot, and he opened the face of the bat nicely, waited on it, and at the last moment just cut it nicely. There is a short third man, but he could do nothing about that, and it went down to the boundary for 4. So Smith has gone very smartly now to 20, and the total has moved on to 34 for 1.
Yeah, very good shot by Smith there. And I said before, intelligent batting. But he didn't try to do too much. He waited, he stretched across, and there was a backward point in place, so he was able to get it just wide of the backward point and went over the short third man fielder and went down to the boundary for 4. Very good shot.
Yeah, very good shot. So Raphael Crony is giving way to John Eugene, who just a while ago we talked about him not wanting to say anything much today, but he's obliged and coming alongside me. John, good afternoon for the first time.
Yes, good afternoon to you, Stevenson, and good afternoon to all our listeners. An intriguing match I'm developing here.
It certainly is. And Alexis Moses will be bowling from the far end. Hodge is 9 taking strike. Here's Moses in now and bowls outside the off some cuts well. Fine shot 4. Beautiful. Off the back foot. That was shot outside the off stump by Alex Moses. And he rocked under the back foot and hit it well. Beautiful shot. 4 runs to Hodge. Takes him on to 13. Total has gone to 38 for 1.
2 short and
Yes.
2 wide. Karim Hodge, lovely shot. 4 runs.
Yeah, short, up, wide. And I think even at my age, I should be able to hit that behind square for 4. Shouldn't I?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't
Stevenson.
find you say that with much conviction, I dare say, John. John, I don't think so at all. Well, here comes once more is Moses in and bowls to Hodge. Hodge is coming forward, turns it up to mid-wicket. Now they hustled for 1, won't come back for the second. The fleet-footed Isaiah Simon going across there, just covering ground rather quickly, about 20 yards to his left. Collected the ball and thwarted any thoughts about the second run. So Hodge has now gotten to 14. Smith, who is on 20, comes into strike, is 39 for 1. They need 40 of 28. Required run rate 8.57, so they've taken it under the 9 area, so that's pretty good. As here once more is Moses in. Bowls to Smith. It has a big heave at that. There's an appeal for caught behind, not out, says the umpire. So he was appealing Benjamin, skipping across to his right after taking the ball. But the umpire said, no, that's not out. Not that the other players screamed any appeal either. Maybe just testing the mettle of the umpire there is Benjamin. So it's 39 for 1 as Moses in now and bowls to Smith. Smith is off the back foot looking to cut. Oh, white signal. White signal by the umpire. And Benjamin says, oh, no, he can't believe that was that wide. Let's take a little look at it, John. What's your thought here?
Oh,
Inside.
Inside.
They didn't get it right, I dare say, the umpire. So here once more is Moses in now and bowls to Smith. Smith is pulling and doesn't make contact. There's an appeal for caught behind. And the umpire says not out. Well, Benjamin is, he's been very busy behind the stumps. If not with the gloves, but certainly with his screaming. He was appealing for the on the edge. Umpire wasn't convinced. 40 for 1. The run rate now goes back up to 9. It's 39 from 26. Here he comes in once more. Moses in and bowls to Smith. Smith is off the back foot and pulls well. Fine shot in front of square. 4 runs. Well, it was short and he rocked onto the back foot and he pulled it well, just waited on it. And that was a handsome shot by Smith.
Yes, a lovely shot by Smith. Bread and butter for Smith. He loves the short delivery all his career. And up to now, he's still one of the better pullers. And this delivery shot on leg stump really and helping himself to a lovely boundary.
Yeah, that was struck well, really struck well. Moses comes in once more and bowls to Smith. Smith is off the back foot, opens the face of the bat and glides it nicely down to third man. As Simon comes up the boundary, sends the return. The over comes to an end. So 6 overs gone, 45 for 1. They require a further 34 of 24. And as I said a little early on, I don't think that the margin of victory is going to be a wide one. Maybe a few balls remaining. And these two, of course, experienced Windward Islands players. They seem to be just bringing the victory home in a canter.
Yeah, I think Bailey Blasters in control of this game so far. The Nutmeg Warriors would definitely need to break this partnership, get a couple wickets to pull back things. But Devon Smith and Karim Hodge, like you said, 2 experienced players really doing the job there for the Bailey Blasters.
John, I hope you didn't promise Raphael anything in regards to the outcome of the game, did you?
No.
So nobody promised anything.
No, I won't take the chance. He always gets it right.
Here's a new over. And Smith takes the ball from outside the off stump, pulls it down to backward square. That's 4 runs. Oh, that was a lovely hit. Pitched up by Sheldon Joseph. And he swung it through the forward square area. Well, more so behind square rather, I must admit. Just to the left of the square leg umpire, and that went down to the boundary for 4. He's moved on now to 29, is 49 for 1.
Yes, Devon Smith is in a hurry.
Yeah, he is. He's just gaining momentum now. He's pressed his foot on the accelerator. And so Bailey Blasters 49 for 1. As here once more is Joseph in now and bowls to Smith. Smith is getting a short delivery that in the end he handled well. They've gone for 1. They're going to come back for the second. The return is much too slow. Now this is not good cricket on the part of Nutmeg Warriors, but he did put pressure on the fielder, Devon Smith. They came back for the second. He's gone to 31. The 50 has come up 51 for 1. So some 28 runs needed of only 22 legal deliveries. And Bayleaf Blasters, well, they're blasting the way to what would be a good victory when they get there, if they get there. As Joseph is in once more to bowl to Smith, and Smith is getting a Yorker-like delivery that he pushes out to cover, gets a comfortable single. So he is now pushed on by 1 to 32, 52 for 1. They just changed around, beg your pardon, for the right-handed Hodge. It's a left-handed, right-handed combination. And sometimes you see the field changing around and you just think, well, the over is coming to an end. Not really. Hodge, 14, has played a rather supportive role to Devon Smith, who has gone to 32. And it's going to be Joseph into his second over, none for 19. Moves in to bowl to Hodge, and Hodge is off the back foot. Squirts the ball down to a third man. Gets a comfortable single. So he's gone by 1 now to 15, 53 for 1. Brings Smith back into strike.
Yes, in some intelligent batting there by Devon Smith and Kevin Hodge, taking it right down to the latter overs.
Yes, 20. They need 26 of 20. Joseph is in now and bowls to Smith. Smith is onto the back foot and just cuts the ball down to short third man, gets a comfortable single. So that now completes the over, does it?
No.
One more to go. Right-handed Hodge now comes into strike. We're in over number 7. Devon Smith is 32 of 20. Hodge is 15 of 18, and Devon Smith is 33 of 21. Joseph with his last delivery of this over, last delivery of his spell in now and bowls outside the off stump, tugged down to forward square as Katoy comes off the boundary and sends the return to the keeper to climax the over. 1 there to Hodge, which brings his total to 16, 55 for 1. And at the end of the 7th over, it means that they need 24 of 18.
Yeah, another good over there for the Bayleaf Blasters. Not really taking any chances now. Devon Smith and Kevin Hodge using all the experience within their camp and really just pushing the ball around, getting the 1s, getting the 2s, and inching closer to the score. Just 24 runs required from some 18 balls.
Now, John, it's going to be interesting now because the Bayleaf Blasters, obviously, they're nose ahead. What sort of feel you think they should be doing here now in terms of the Nutmeg Warriors? Should it be a sort of semi-aggressive feel? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I would think that they would still need fielders in wicket-taking positions because you still want to at least take a couple of wickets to create some panic.
That's correct. Sometimes you have captains who would sort of put a 1 in, 1 out sort of thing. So it creates a sort of illusionary situation there for batsmen. It's a highly psychological game, as it will be Akeem Alexis who will move in now to bowl to Hodge. Here he is, bowls, and Hodge is coming forward, turns it up on the onside. They go through for a quick single, they get it. The bowler on his follow through came in very quickly but couldn't prevent the batsman from crossing for 1. So 1 more to Hodge, who's now gone to 17. And the total has moved on to 56 for 1. Brings the left-handed Devon Smith into strike. And let's see what field they're going to have for him. There is a short third man backward point, there is a sweeper right back on the boundary and an extra cover just verging on the circle, long off and long on, right back on the boundary. There's a deep mid wicket right back and a deep forward, deep backward square on the back, right on the boundary, fine leg inside the circle. Here he is there, bowls to Smith. Smith is tugging that outside, from outside the arm stump down to mid wicket. The return comes into the bowler's end, swift and fast enough. They get one. So 22 from 16. Field changes around for the right-handed Hodge. There is a fielder now placed at the backward point, and the cover fielder on the boundary goes a little straighter. Akeem is in now down the track and lives that down to the deep mid-wicket area. Katoy comes off the boundary, sends the return back to the keeper's end. One more to Hodges' total as he dances down the pitch. He's gone to 18, 58 for 1. They need 21 from 15. That's not a tough assignment, as Akeem Alexis is in and bowls to Smith. Smith is off the back foot, hits the ball, doesn't pierce the offside field as Isaiah Salmon comes in very quickly and sends the ball to Benjamin, who's been very vocal behind the stumps. 21 of 14. Goes back once more. They need a boundary in this over. Here is Alexis is in now and bowls to Devon Smith. Devon Smith is pulling down to the, just in front him. They're coming back for the second. They've got to hurry. The return comes into the keeper's end. Well, he was trying to turn that into a catch down at long on. Couldn't really make it into a catch. They got two, and Devon Smith, well, maybe a bit of fortune there, but you've got to chance your arm sometime. As here once more is Alexis in and bowls to Smith. Smith is looking to pulls well down to the mid-wicket area. They can't come back for the second this time. They get only a single. The return comes in, and they will come for a second. Oh no, that's bad cricket. That's bad cricket. Really poor cricket. And they come back for the second. Well, what did the umpire? Did the umpire call? He called over. So that, I think Benjamin was aware. That was his argument. His argument is that the umpire did call over. So that second run cannot be counted at all, and quite rightly too. So the overs come to an end. 8 overs gone. 2 more remaining. The required run rate now is 9, which means that 19 runs must come off 13 balls of 12 balls. 18 of 12. Now, if this comes down, it's interesting, if this comes down to 10 of the final over, that should bring a great deal of interest indeed. Alex Moses is brought back into the attack. He bowled just a 1 over for 11 runs, 1 over for 11 runs, and Devon Smith is going to use all his skill and use all his experience. I did say that at the end of the game, the margin of victory would not be very wide in terms of balls remaining. That's what I meant.
Yes, Stevenson, we are over number 8, so yes. It's prediction time. What's your prediction?
Let's go after this ball. Here is Moses in, bowls to Smith. Smith tucks the ball out to mid-wicket. Now they've gone for 1. They're coming back for the second. Yes, they will get it. 2. So again, you're talking about the tactics. Should there be a couple of close-in fieldsmen that will prevent the ball from going through? You know, it's sort of touch and go. It's hard to really, for any captain, it's not an easy job as to how he should set the field in this crisis hour. 63 for 1. As here once more is Moses moving in now to bowl to Smith, who is on 39. He's there and bowls, and Smith is pulling. Gets that down to the mid-wicket area. They've gone for 1. This time they can't come back for the second. The return comes in swift. And of course, Benjamin would like that. So just a 1 brings Hodge into strike. He's gone to 40 is Devon Smith. 64 for 1. They need 15 of 10. That's correct. 15 of 10. Well, what a match this is turning out to be. I love it like that. I love it when it's tight. It's not always, shouldn't be one-sided. No final should be one-sided at all. Moses is in now and bowls to Hodge. Hodge is getting a slow delivery that he pulls down to the middle area. That's going to go. It does go all the way. In fact, that's 6. It was over pitch, a full toss. And I looked across there at John Eugene, who just shook his head. I have to say, dare me. That's not the ball you should be bowling at this time. But it went all the way for 6. And that is a massive blow indeed. 24 he's now gone to. That's Hodge. 70 for 1. They require 9. From 9, a runner ball.
Yes, poor delivery there by Moses. Juicy full toss on leg stump, and Kevin Mouch making no mistake.
Moses the bowl to Hodge, who is lifting that. That's going to go all the way. Yes, it goes. That's 6. There was a mighty effort on the part of Katoy down there, leaping up into the heavens and trying to pluck the ball out of the air. It evaded his leaping effort. He really went up. But that went far from his grasp. 6 runs, 76 for 1. They require now 3 of 8 balls. And the Bailey Blasters, as Raphael Crony said, gonna win this one. He sits back in the pavilion, in the commentary booth there, as if saying, I knew what I was saying. And there's a little bit of smile on his face. 76 for 1. Hodges 30. Devon Smith is 40. And the Blasters are now blasting their way close to victory. Well, they've now brought in the fielders closer. As here, once more is Moses in and bowls to Hodge. Hodge is off the back foot and cuts that down to backward square, backward point, 4 runs. Well, that's the victory. They've won this game, Bailey Blasters. That was shot outside the off stump, rocked onto the back foot, and a classical shot it was. Slapped it behind point for 4. And so the Bailey Blasters, they've won this game and won it by 9 wickets. They come up to 80 for 1 as the innings came to a close. Victory won there by the Bailey Blasters, and they've got every reason to celebrate. They went out there. They came out, some of them came out with bottles of water, and almost like a champagne moment. There was spraying the water all over the place. They've gone, and in the true spirit of the game, they're congratulating the opponents, the Nutmeg Warriors. But the Warriors has nothing to be ashamed about. I think they played their hand very well and played very well throughout the tournament. But when they came today, they met the better team that were much more prepared for them. So Bailey Blasters, they've won by 9 wickets. And they should feel very satisfied and very happy to take the victory home and take the winning trophy this year in the 2022 tournament.
Yes, the appropriate shot to climax the 2022 Dream 11.
Yes, with a 4.
Yeah, with a classical square cut. So it brought the curtains down. What a lovely game we had. What a magnificent game. And credit must be to both teams for not providing a dull final. Yes, it was low scoring, but they fought, and they really fought hard.
Absolutely. And I agree with you more than anything else. Not a dull final, not a high scoring one, but they fought, and they fought well. So we will just give a little bit of the scorecard. Not a whole lot to say really about Bailey Blasters because only 1 wicket that they lost. So Robinson, who went early, and they brought a bit of hope, of course, to the Nutmeg Warriors, but their hope was short-lived. He was caught, Joseph, of the bowling of Jackson for 2 was a good catch. Kareem Hodge played a lovely innings, not out 24 balls, 40 minutes at the crease, 3 4s and 2 6s. And Devon Smith, who scored a very mature innings, 40 runs, 27 balls, 37 minutes at the crease, and hit 5 4s. There were 4 extras, which included 3 wides, 1 no ball, and Bailey Blasters 80 for 1. Jackson 2 overs no miss, 1 for 12. Cyrus 2 overs no miss, none for 10. Sheldon Joseph was a little expensive, 2 overs no miss, none for 22. And Alex Moses went for 30 of 1.5 overs. Akeem Alexis had just a 1 over for 6 runs. So good fight by the Nutmeg Warriors, but they were not strong enough to defeat the Bailey Blasters.
Yes, and the more experienced players coming to the fore for the the Bailey Blasters, Pascal and Lewis up front, really peg back the the Nutmeg Warriors batsmen, and Smith and Hodge showing the experience of just starting slow and building momentum going into the final. So I think that Bailey Blasters, they played the much better game. I think they used the conditions a lot better, and it was evident that the win. It's no surprise that they came out victorious today.
78 for 5. Nutmeg Warriors, Mitchell 22, Alexis 17, McDonald 14, and Cyrus also had 14. Hodge had 3 for 6, Pascal 1 for 18, Lewis 1 for 11, and Rogers, well, he didn't pick up a wicket. Devon Smith for the Bailey Blasters, 40 of 27. Hodge had 34 of 24. Robinson had 2 of 3 deliveries. Jackson 1 for 12, the only wicket taker. Cyrus, Joseph and Moses, they went without picking up a wicket, 10, 22 and 30 respectively. So that's the match summary for this classical finals between both teams. All in all, it wasn't a high-scoring match. The Bailey Blasters, however, winning by 9 wickets, and I think both teams could well say throughout the tournament that they played very well. Nutmeg Warriors had every reason to be in the final. They played so very well, but the Bailey Blasters, the maturity and the experience came to the fore.
Yes, certainly, Stevenson. The experience and the maturity of the Bailey Blasters really come into the fore, and no surprise, absolutely no surprise that they played the better game, and they are champions this year.
Yes, and there will in fact be a presentation, of course, after the game. Well, the game is completed already, but while we await that, we just want to talk a little bit here about the matchup. I think we saw 2 teams, one that was very experienced and another not so experienced. Some players who have, of course, played at the highest level, and that was even more reasons why the Bailey Blasters should have won this, and they did.
Yes, the experience really came to the fore. Yes, the Nutmeg Warriors are a very youthful team, but the experience is what matters on days like this, and you expect your top players to come through for you, and certainly the top players for the Bailey Blasters really came through today.
They really did come through, and over the last almost 2 weeks of cricket, of course, maybe one criticism. When I say criticism, I don't think the overall fielding was the best in the world. I know that there were some good catches that took place. I think one of the better one was Darrell Cyrus, fantastic. But by and large, it's an area that they've got to obviously work on, maybe the ground cricket. But by and large, we've had some good scores, some good knocks, and the tournament was keenly contested.
Yes, certainly. I think going forward, the entire teams, every team will have to do a little bit of work in terms of the planning, the execution, in terms of what is required in order to be successful at this tournament. But this was an excellent tournament. Stevenson, while I'm on air, I just want to thank you and Crony and Kerry and Mr. Gill for giving me the opportunity to be here. I really enjoyed the week and a half that I was here. It was really a well-run tournament, and saying this, I just hope that this tournament grows. The players from this tournament will gain the experience, so that we can see the growth of Windward Islands cricket, even through this format, and West Indies cricket. So thanks again for the opportunity.
It was an absolute pleasure. John, you did a fantastic job and held your own in your capacity there as a commentator. Of course, TNR Communications, oh my gosh, they did such a fantastic job. Curl and Dragon, cameraman, Kirk Oliver, other cameraman, also in Paul there. Didn't see him during the course of the tournament, but quite frankly, he was somewhere there doing his great job. Gary Stephen again, who's always been a fine executor behind the camera. Reggie John has been very faithful. Reggie, you've done a great job, and also doing the drone operation so that we can get our overhead pictures. Zia Noel, Paulette Hankey, Ruel Roberts Johnson, also our scorers. They did a great job. Roger Joseph, the graphic personality. And the good old Naz Benjamin streaming on audio, Kaz Oliver doing the replay, and we got our replay always on time, sometimes even quicker than we expected, along with Corey Williams, of course, who doing the replay, and director Blondell George, the technical individual, such a great man he is, obviously. So what a wonderful team to work with. And if I can work with this team every time I get into a broadcast booth, I tell you, my work would be much easier. They've done a great job, didn't they?
Yes, certainly a wonderful production team, and everything went smoothly. Very little hiccups, and they did a fantastic job. But Stevenson, I have a note here from Rafael Crony before the match prediction. He predicted that Bailey Blasters was going to win, and the other three commentators going the opposite. And he was supposed to, if you have lost, you're supposed to buy us nutmeg ice cream.
Yeah.
So he's wondering what his price will be. So we have to come up with.
We didn't make any promise to him, did we? We made absolutely no promise.
No,
to
we
him.
didn't make any promises.
Good old Rafael. But the interesting thing is that long before the tournament was over, I think within about a week or so, Rafael was telling me, in our own little chit chat, Bay Leaf Blasters is the team to look out for.
Yes,
It's right on target.
Yes, Bay Leaf Blasters really. I think they grew from strength to strength. Yes, they lost a couple games in the tournament, but this is 10-10 cricket. This could go anyway. But from yesterday, even the day before and yesterday, all the games, well structured, well planned, and well executed. And no surprise that they came out today and executed properly and got the trophy.
Let's go across to the ground staff, who are in fact pulling the covers onto the ground. They did an excellent job, no doubt about it.
Yes, the work done by the ground staff were preparing.
Ladies and gentlemen,
So we'll go across to the presentation ceremony.
the presentation at this evening's event. We have the president of the Grenada Association and our tournament coordinator, Dwayne Gill. Let's give a hand to the president. Our first vice president, Andy Noel. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us at the presentation, along with our assistant secretary, Paulette Bola Hankey. It is about rewarding the excellent performances over the last 14 days. We will have individual prizes and the presentation of championship medals and a champion's trophy. We start with the player of the final. To make this presentation, I would like to ask Mrs. Hankey, Mrs. Bola Hankey, to come and present the player of the final. 3-4-6, 34 not out, Tim Hodge. Gentlemen, the number one pick in the draft is the tournament MVP, Kevin Hodge of the Bay Leaf Blasters. The next award, the MVP of the entire tournament. That player picked up 7 wickets at an average of 26.71 with an economy rate of 8.5. He also contributed 301 runs with a high score of 62 and an average of 33.44. The tournament MVP, the number 1 draft pick, Kevin Hodge.
2 runs, player of the tournament, MVP of the finals. Kavem, how are you feeling this afternoon?
It's pretty good to contribute to the team in testing 1 2 1 2, right? Yeah, it's always good to contribute to the team, with the battle ball. Like I always tell the guys, it's just about turning up on the day and trying to do what is required. So I'm just grateful that I was able to help the team reach the final and take it thus far.
You've topped the table at the Vinci Premier League, and here we see you topping the table at the Spice Isle T10. You've had 2 remarkable tournaments. Can you tell us a little bit about your preparation, given the short turnaround time between the VPL and the Spice Isle T10?
To be honest, there's not much preparation coming into this, and to St. Vincent, I think it's just a matter of trying to enjoy the cricket and playing my role as effective as possible and doing what the team is required on the day. So I'm just grateful that I was able to execute when called upon. So yeah, that's basically it.
Thank you and congratulations once again.
Thank you very much.
Let's hear Kavim Hodge, the MVP, the player of the final. We want to recognize the men in the middle who made this all possible. Let's give our hands to our match officials, the match referee, Mr. Carl Felix, our umpires for the final, the 4th umpire, Mr. John Mack, our 3rd umpire, Sean Man Warren, and the man in the middle, Dighton Butler, and Mr. Dave. Let's give a hand to our match officials for the excellent job done during this tournament. Roger Davis and Dighton Butler, the men in the middle. We get set for the presentation of the medals to our winning team. They came from 6th position last time to the champions this time. Let's hear it for the Bayleaf. We'd like to ask the Vice President of the Grenada Cricket Association, Mr. Andy Noel, to assist us with the presentation of medals. We start. Player number 89, Clint Crony. Number 10, and the best figures in the history of the Spice Island T10, 5 for 12, Amikal Dubisek. Number 7, Caden Felix. Number 5, your tournament MVP, Kavim Hodge. Number 80, Devoni Smith. Number 83, the 5th test player from Grenada, Sherman Lewis. Number 11, the 4th test player from Grenada, Nilon Pascal. Number 18, the oldest player in the tournament, and he is a champion, Alvin Ramnott. Number 5, from the nature island of Dominica, Jelani Robinson. Number 55, a man who was there when they finished last. Today, he received his winner's medal, Richard Rogers. Number 77, the finest gloveman in the state, in the Windwards and the West Indies, Dennis Smith. Number 9, Last season, he wore the colors of the Saffron Strikers. This year, he is in green and blue, and a champion, Nikosi St. Hilaire. The coach, the champion coach, the man from Worcester Hall, Troy George. And the managers of all managers, the championship manager for 2022, Randall Baptiste. Cricket for the West Indies. Give it up for Devon Smith. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the 2022 champions, the Bayleaf Blasters. But we have one final prize, the big one. And to present it, we invite the president of the Grenada Cricket Association. And before I ask him to present it, I'd like for all the Bayleaf Blasters members to proceed center stage. Bayleaf members, please proceed center stage. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2022 champions, the Bayleaf Blasters! All right, so before you go celebrate with your team, Devon, we just want to have a few words with you. Basically, the story of from zero to hero must feel really good that you guys are able to lift this trophy this year.
Yeah, I think we had a good team. Unfortunately, we come this year with a better team. We played the 3 version.
Of your squad, guys who would have played at the highest level and some current professionals within the CWI setup must be happy that those guys were able to deliver for you.
Yeah, we have a couple of experienced players that come and really pull their weight, so it makes it much easier for me as the captain. Fully.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Bayleaf Blasters! All right. Yeah, so go behind Dream 11 banner, the banner, so we can get a photo.
Yes, so the Bayleaf Blasters winning the tournament, and they're absolutely jubilant about it. They deserve to be winners, and they're deserving champions. And quite frankly, they played good, consistent cricket throughout the course of the tournament. Well, a little bit of a disappointment for Nutmeg Warriors, who were maybe the most consistent team in the tournament, Raphael Crony, but the better team on the day won.
Yes, I think it's fair to say that Bayleaf Blasters well-balanced team with experience, and I thought that they played very well. You know, when I look at coming down to the playoffs and looking at the teams, you know, you look at the number of players that Bayleaf Blasters have on their squad that have played at the highest level, Test cricket, and then you look at Nutmeg Warriors, who would have missed greatly the captain Fletcher. You know, one would have felt that if they played to their ability, that certainly they should come out on top. They played a better cricket today. I thought that they bowled well. They did well to restrict Nutmeg Warriors to 78. And even though Nutmeg Warriors would have showed the strength what they have, because they didn't make it easily. They had to fight, and really did well to have bowled 8 overs before they could get up to that 79. So it tells you about the strength of both of these two teams. But definitely, I think Bayleaf Blasters would have played a better cricket right through today and deservedly winners.
Yes, so the news is that the Bayleaf Blasters, they've won the 2022 Dream 11 10-10 tournament held here at the National Cricket Stadium in St. George's, Grenada. It was full of excitement, full of fun, and they turned out to be the champion. Of course, on behalf of our production team, TNR Communications, and all our fellow commentators and everyone who made this broadcast a resounding success, we want to thank all our viewers for viewing and those of you who are listening, whatever part of the world you've been doing so. Thank you so much for enjoying lovely days of cricket. Until next year, I am Stevenson Worm on behalf of the production and commentary team.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong. Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Energy. The world runs on it every day.
Good morning. Welcome to Soul.
Hi.
Hi.
And when we put the best of the Caribbean together with the energy we harness, everything runs so much smoother. Because at the end of the day, it's all about connecting people.
Happy birthday, Dad.
So, wherever your journey begins.
The biggest and safest summer festival in the region, August 8th and 9th. Let's go to Grenada for Spice Mass. Call your booking agents and get your tickets today.
Oh gosh, I can't wait for T10. I can't wait to enjoy myself in a this stadium. Mama show everything go shine. Local talent doing well. Big up all yourself, sing it out. T10. Enjoy this.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Oh gosh, I can't wait for T10. I can't wait to enjoy myself in a this stadium. Mama tell everything goes shine, local talent doing well. Big up on yourself, sing it out. Enjoy this.
Energy. The world runs on it every day.
Good morning. Welcome to Soul.
Hi.
Hi.
And when we put the best of the Caribbean together with the energy we harness, everything runs so much smoother. Because at the end of the day, it's all about connecting people.
Happy birthday, Dad.
Soul, wherever your journey begins.
The biggest and safest summer festival in the region, August 8th and 9th. Let's go to Grenada for Spice Mass. Call your booking agents and get your tickets today. Deeply rooted in our rich ancestral traditions. Spice Mass, the return, a celebration of life.
Welcome to Spice Mass 2022. Reviving the spirit of our ancestors through our traditional mass. Jab, the unique celebration of freedom, drenched in black. Feel the power. The rejuvenating sound of pan. A display of colors in fancy mass. And the rebirth of calypso and soca music.
The biggest and safest summer festival in the region, August 8th and 9th. Let's go to Grenada for Spice Mass. Call your booking agents and get your tickets today.
I too have felt the impact of this pandemic and miss the days of being able to socialize with the freedom we once had. But it is in these times that we must come together to fight as one people through getting vaccinated and doing what's right. I am Aruna Neptune and I am fully vaccinated. Play your part. Keep yourselves, your loved ones, and your community protected. Spice Mass, here we come. It's our time again.
So Maristic Mountain has this amazing 55 acres of complete rainforest estate, organic, natural environment. We believe that when you come to Grenada, there's so many things to explore and see, and you can come to Maristic Mountain and volunteer.
We do organic farming. Tourists could come in and enjoy themselves up here.
You can plant trees, you can pick fruits, you can harvest spices with us, and you actually give back to the island.
We have that great atmosphere. So I think it's a great place that tourists will love to be, and they will enjoy themselves as fully as you can be.
We have an awesome team of agriculture workers here at Maristic Mountain. When you come here, you get to connect with Mr. McIntosh and Mr. Richardson, and you leave here as a friend. You know, you become very close to people, and here will always be a home away from home, and you're always welcome back.
Welcome to Maristic Mountain. Come and join us in voluntary tourism.
Have you ever seen a jab cooking oil down and Tanya log in the same pot? Neither have we until now, but we guarantee there is a whole lot more amazing things to see on your next trip to Grenada. And if you encourage someone to book an adventure to our island paradise, then you can be one of the winners of special prizes compliments the 473 Connect program by the Grenada Tourism Authority. Sign up at experts.puregrenada.com/473connect.